Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
Wildfire smoke continues to bring very unhealthy air quality in the purples, but the good news is improvement comes our way this weekend. Eastern Panhandle, you'll still feel it in the morning, but we will all see some nice clearing through Saturday with the system moving in from the west, but it also triggers some thunderstorms. Friday evening, west of Charleston for a marginal risk for some severe conditions, damaging winds. Damaging winds is why we have this widespread slight to marginal risk on Saturday. Also some heavy rain that could bring some localized flooding concerns. So Elkins toward Beckley, Charlestown, Morgantown, this is the path of 1 up to 2 inches of rain expected. Then as you go east, not seeing as much benefit from the moisture on the horizon, unfortunately. So Friday evening, we'll have some storms approaching from the west and then falling apart a bit in the overnight hours, but redevelopment of scattered showers and storms Saturday afternoon and evening with some damaging winds and some very heavy rain that will continue into the overnight hours. 5-star W forecast, it starts at home. A nice weekend taking shape if you're traveling toward D.C., toward Chicago, New York, other areas you could travel to, still hot, humid, and stormy. Panhandle forecast. A warm overnight period staying with 70 for a low in Morgantown, 73 Moundsville, then 83 to 86 for highs on Saturday. Also close to 70 degrees for the overnight low, looking toward Martinsburg, then 91 on Saturday. We'll see Petersburg with 91 as well. Elkins maintaining low 70s overnight, but then pushing in toward 83 on Saturday. As you go west, we'll see Ripley with 87. Marlinton, 68 for a low, and then 83 for a high. Meanwhile, mid-70s tonight for Charleston and 88 on Saturday. Stormy through Saturday, some lingering showers and storms Sunday. Nice Monday, then Tuesday brings widespread thunderstorms that also could be severe.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
This is Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law. Metro News Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more from a Mountain State point of view. For your entertainment, Hotline is a no politics zone. You can join the conversation. Text the show at 304-825-5304. 304-TALK-304. Or call 800-765-8255. Here's the host for Metro News Hotline, Dave Weekley.
All right, hello, West Virginia. We're back for more in the 304. Time to get it done in the 681. Time to start this 3-hour audio tour for a Friday. Friday, July 17th. 2026. Metro News Hotline comes to you from the Salango Law Studios. Visit salangolaw.com. Coop, guess what happened to me about 2 minutes ago?
I don't know.
I almost forgot my headphones to start the show.
Oh, yeah, that's terrible.
And, you know, as a veteran radio host, sometimes people flow in here to be guests on our program and they don't have headphones, and I'm like, what are they doing? Come on, don't you? And then I almost forgot mine. Have you ever started a show without headphones? Because sometimes it happens in the radio business. Right?
Yeah, I mean, Ryan sees me sometimes run out of here like my hair's on fire when I forget them up in my office. But there's been occasions where I've been too late, and I'll just grab whatever generic pair of, civvy phones are laying around here somewhere.
Civvy phones.
Yeah, whatever civvy phones are laying around here.
I've never heard that before. That's really good.
Yeah, you know how that thing.
Peasant cans. Okay, that's really good. That's really good.
Yeah.
All right, civvy phones. That's really good. So I got my headphones on. So we're ready for professional broadcasting. So let's move on with our professional radio performance this afternoon.
I had a whole thing I was going to bring up to you, and it like just completely walked right out of my head. Like,
really?
It was like relevant to something we were. It was like something, and it was like, oh yeah, I can't wait to talk about this.
Well,
and I completely forgot what it was.
All right. Well, let's since we're riffing here, I understand that you and some of the other people here in the building have something happening at Trojan Landing tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. We're giving away a Segway side-by-side. I was talking about that yesterday. We're giving away a Segway side-by-side.
Right.
That you can we had some sponsor locations where you could sign up. All those boxes we took up this week. However, we are having a limited time for walk-ups tomorrow. A limited time for walk-ups tomorrow. It starts at 10 over at Trojan Landing in Charleston, which is there under the bridge. We will. It's going to be a good time. We're giving away it's a Segway side-by-side and $1,000. Not two separate prizes. That is the prize. A Segway side-by-side, $1,000. Then we're giving away all kinds of other stuff. We got some like concert tickets and some Reds giveaways. T-shirts will be given away, food prizes, all kinds of stuff will be given away throughout.
If we turned you upside down right now, would some cool stuff pop out, or is it all up in the office?
I just gave it all away, man. I mean, it's in the safe now for tomorrow. Yeah, that's. I do have a trifecta of bobbleheads. One of the prizes is going to be an Ellie, a Hunter Green, and a Star Wars Reds bobbleheads.
You got any more of those Key Brian Hayes bobbleheads?
I have so many. So many. I try to give them away, and people's like, you got to pay me to come get that, fam.
First prize is 1, second prize is 5.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you get to Trojan Landing tomorrow, hey, man, pick us out a boat. Pick us out a boat for Hotline, the SS Hotline. What would we call our boat?
You
may
have just nailed it.
The SS Floater.
Or we could maybe the extra E.
Yeah, there you go.
The extra E.
Yeah, there you go.
That sounds like something that somebody would name a boat that thought they were being very clever.
When was the last time you were in a boat?
Frankly, the last time I went out on the river as part of our regatta promotions.
There you go.
We do that with Trojan Landing as well, and they take us out on the river.
Look at you. Every answer's about the brand.
All right,
it's
hey,
so
man.
good.
Hey, well, it's
so good.
It's the truth. It's
Company
the truth.
man. Ryan, when was the last time you were in a boat?
It was probably 1-2 years ago when my friends and I went to Sutton Lake.
Nice.
For a day.
Nice.
I got heat stroke.
Yeah, I know that always happens.
Yeah.
Right? It always happens. I can't even remember the last time I was in a boat. I used to be in boats quite often.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm trying to think about the last time I was on Sutton Lake. What a beautiful spot.
Oh, yeah.
What a gorgeous
one of the
spot.
cleanest places in West Virginia. Although I hear there's a bit of a bacteria problem.
Oh, really?
No, it's just like within
That's going around, you know.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lake. Yeah, there's a separate bacteria problem. That's the lake bacteria, like Summersville Lake. There's lakes that there's bacteria problems at now too. I've been hearing about this.
Would we be the only show on the network with their own boat?
I'm pretty sure Chris Lawrence has one.
But he doesn't have like a branded a Metro News boat. Ours would be like a Metro News branded boat where we put the logo on the side and they could pay
sometime
for the
back
gas.
in the day, Sportsline probably had one. But
Yeah, that's probably true.
You know, back when they used to roll out with all kinds of dealerships in different places
that's true.
on some sponsorships. But yeah, I mean, if we got ourselves a boat, you know, that would be a great investment for you.
Well,
yeah.
I don't know. No, I don't know about that.
You know, kind of like
boat.
a race car. What if I harassed you to sponsor a race car or something? You know, I can harass you to sponsor a boat.
Oh man, talk about a money sink.
Yeah.
Like Can you I tell you what.
The references to DVD extras as well.
I'll let you explain it to Linda why we needed a Metro News boat.
Hey, I can do it. I'll make the sale for you. Do you know how often Dave might be out of the house?
Oh, no, that would probably work.
That's my opening salvo.
What a scorcher out there today, man! Scorcher out there.
Now
you didn't have to do any work outside the building today.
Thankfully not. All of my little piddling around that I had to do for the weekend was done in the conference room today, so I didn't have to worry about any of that stuff.
Ryan, when we were talking about your dog on the show yesterday, did you walk your dog today?
Yes.
Okay. And your dog's name is Breland?
No.
What is it? What's
Bridget?
No.
Bridget. No, what's your dog's name?
Brigand.
Brigand. I'm guaranteed to remember that for 5 more minutes. Now, does Brigand? We talked about this briefly yesterday. It's 91 degrees outside.
Yeah.
So is he just like hanging around the AC?
Yeah.
Not interested in going outside to do his business.
He will go outside if any opportunity is presented to him.
Really?
Yes.
Even when he doesn't know how hot it is.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
He has no sense of self-preservation.
Does he go crazy when he sees the postman
From
inside the house?
Not maliciously. Our local postal worker has started giving him treats, so he's pretty excited to see them.
Nice. Coop, I'm trying to get my post-retirement career going, and I don't know. I think I'd like to be a mailman, either a mailman or a taxi driver.
You know, Dave, I don't think I can see you as a mailman.
Why do you say that?
Because I couldn't see you as a lifeguard either.
Maybe you just can't envision Dave's legs.
No.
Oh man! I tell you what, though, it's super hot today. 91 in the big town, and there are places. It's a day like this that you're thinking, man, Canaan Valley, Davis, Elkins, that's where it's at. But in the wintertime when they've got like 3 feet of snow on the ground, maybe that's when you don't want to be there, unless you're a skier. But that's the part of the state you want. Oh, speaking of Davis and Thomas and all that kind of stuff, guess who's on the show today? Coming back, third time in 3 consecutive weeks. Jed Drenning.
Oh yeah, I was
going to
say it must be Jed. Okay,
Jed's going to be back. That'll be at 5:00 today. So we're kind of working our way through the team. We've already done the WVU quarterbacks. We've done the running backs. Today we're talking about wideouts.
Okay.
Talking about your wideouts.
Can't wait for that offensive line segment you'll do.
I know. Are you saying I don't give enough love to the guys who hit the sled?
I'm just saying. I don't know. What's the name of it?
Are you saying that I don't look like a guy who knows where the keys to the shed where they keep the sled is?
Oh, I'm sure you do.
Yeah,
I'm sure you've seen where they kept it.
I've got something to tell you. Did you get an update today about Yahoo Fantasy Football?
No.
Okay, I did.
Okay,
I did. So in the fall, we have 2 NFL fantasy football leagues for our listeners. I'm the commissioner of one, and you're the commissioner of the other. The one that I'm the commissioner of has 14 teams. I renewed the league today. So if you were in the league last year, you should be getting an email update to get another team in our 14-team league. And here's one thing that I did that was a little bit different. Last year, it was just simply, Yahoo set the league. This year, I'm going to do a draft. So I've got the draft date. So write this down in your hand and don't wash that hand for about a month. The Hotline Fantasy League draft will be Labor Day weekend. Well, actually, the day after Labor Day weekend. That will be September the 8th at 7:30, okay? Because on Labor Day weekend, you've got college football taking place the entire weekend. There is a game on Monday night, which I think may be Florida State and LSU. I'd have to take a look again. But we're going to do our draft the next day, okay? That'll be the Tuesday. And then the NFL season will start the very next day. So our fantasy league for the Hotline League is going to be the Tuesday, the night before the NFL season kicks off. All right? So there you go. So now, Coop, how are you going to run your league? You want to do your draft in conjunction with ours? Maybe start at like 8, maybe 9 o'clock on that Tuesday night?
I can't think about that right now.
Yeah, it's too hot, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't wait to get that league started so I can abandon it again.
Oh, no.
Always fun.
Now, we're having a pretty good time with our Hotline Listener Baseball Leagues.
Sure.
The second half of the baseball season starts. Hey, man, have you noticed that the Dirty Birds have been putting some things together? The Old Town team is doing some stuff, man. They're swinging the sticks. They've won 3 in a row. They play Southern Maryland again tonight. So that's happening. Reds are in Denver to take on the Rockies. The Pirates are in Cleveland to take on the Guardians, weather quality permitting. My goodness. Hey, Ryan, what's your video game report? We got an update.
It's time for an emergency video game report.
Wait, is this an official one?
Yeah, I think it's official. So need the music.
Yes, we need the music for this one.
Where the heck is it? I always
shoot. I mean, this is an emergency one. This could probably have started with like a siren and then the theme.
No, that's not it. Where is it? No, that's not it.
Beam me up, Scotty.
It's
We got a video
somewhere.
game report.
Isn't it near the top?
Oh, yeah, we can't play that.
Yeah, I can't play that
All right.
anymore.
Oh, here we go.
Okay. So, do you remember like a few months ago when I did a video game report about a leak where an action figure company leaked that they were making an action figure for Fallout 3 Remastered?
Of course I do. I'm riveted to these video game reports.
Of course you do. So Bethesda announced today that it's real, and they're doing Fallout New Vegas Remastered as well. So 2 games for Well, I actually don't know any pricing about them, but there's 2 games coming.
$200.
It is a massive reinvestment in Fallout games. You love that word, reinvestment.
I do favor that.
They also confirmed that Fallout 5 is in pre-production right now, and they also announced a new project in partnership with Obsidian Entertainment, which was the company that originally created Fallout New Vegas. This is also coming off the success of Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered, which came out, I want to say, last year. So this is the next logical step. This is a real Todd the God Howard for a moment, as opposed to a Todd the Fraud Howard moment. Todd Howard being the head of Bethesda. Now, does this have anything to do with the TV show's popularity? Probably. There's a non-zero chance that this was influenced by how popular the TV show was. There's no release date yet, and this is surprisingly good news amidst a bunch of bad news coming from Microsoft, which is Bethesda's parent company. Cuts, layoffs, just downsizing in general. So it's nice to see that Bethesda at least has been spared that fate. And it's unclear whether they're using the engine from Oblivion Remastered or if they're going to use the creation engine from Fallout 4 and Fallout 76. But still, plenty of details to be revealed, but they're announcing it today. I'm mildly optimistic.
Okay. Well, that's against your nature.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, and I don't expect you to know this, but how tied are Fallout sales to the Amazon Prime TV show?
That's hard to gauge because no new Fallout game has come out during the show's run. So we can only go by player counts of previous Fallout games. So when the show came out, both Season 1 and Season 2, there was an influx of players to Fallout games on Steam. So that's the only way you can really measure player attention and participation on Steam. So there was an influx of players to Fallout games across the board.
All right, let me ask you another sort of video game related question. How could...
Well, I hope it's video game related because this is the video game report.
I know, but the theme just faded out, so I think this is just normal conversation now. Could there be a video game launch to take advantage of the Odyssey movie? Or is there a video game out there that could have some sort of an Odyssey tie to try to take advantage of the people that are flocking into the theaters to see this big movie?
Dave, sometimes your stupidity surprises even me.
That was just a question.
No. Unless there are movie tie-in games, but they are a lost art. They aren't very good. They're cheaply made, put out by studios in a rush to capitalize on the success or failure of a movie. So unless... I don't see the Odyssey of all things getting a video game.
Okay, well, I mean,
that being said,
a Trojan horse story seems like it would be, a pretty good tie for a video game, right?
Well, the Trojan horse is a part of the story. There is no Trojan horse story. It's like, let's make a Robin Hood video game, but it's only about his hat. That's what that sounds like.
That actually sounds like it'd be a lot of fun. So the long-winded answer is no.
No. Don't ask that question again, please.
Sorry. All right. So when do we expect to see these new editions of Fallout?
As I said before, there's no release date yet.
No release
date.
So
you have to be patient.
So
Dave.
wait a minute. You did a report where there's no release date and there's no cost. There's no estimated cost. Is that what you're telling me?
Correct. They announced the games.
Coop, I'm gonna give this emergency video game report an incomplete for the semester.
I have some sharp words to say to you in the break, but just know that this report is vindication for me for being correct on a previous report.
Well, there you go. Now that is a point. That is a point. It is a confirmation. All right, question of the day. Now, normally...
I get no respect. I get no respect around here.
No, normally on Friday, we like to keep the question of the day light and some of our favorite topics, like pizza, pepperoni rolls, that kind of stuff. But I just couldn't let this go by. Because it's the second half of the baseball season begins tonight, and it was on this date in 1941 that Joe DiMaggio's 56-game hitting streak came to an end. On this date in 1941. So here's the question of the day, and it is sponsored by Salango Law. What are some single-season or consecutive game records you think will likely never be broken? It's a little bit more specific than our regular question in this field. What are some single-season or consecutive game records you think will likely never be broken? To respond, text those in, 304-TALK 304, 304-8255 304. Tweet me. I'm on X at Weekly, WEEKLEY. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Dave, localize this question. Get some lists together about high school football and high school basketball records in West Virginia that will likely never be broken. I did that, and we will be revealing those a little bit later on in this show. All right. Jeff Jenkins is here for a news update about West Virginia.
I remember when I used to feel good vibes when I came in here.
It's kind of icy. It's kind of icy in here, isn't it?
No, Dave, not so much in the southern part of the state, but really in the northern part of the state, the smoke has impacted. And, we have a photo there. You can see Milan Puskar Stadium.
You can barely tell that's even the stadium.
Yeah, and it's gotten worse in the northern part of the state, northern panhandle, some in the eastern panhandle too, where, from these Canadian wildfires. And we know, I think the Pirates are evaluating whether or not they're going to play tonight.
I know. Yeah, they're playing in Cleveland.
Yeah, and also I think the World Cup is looking at the air quality there in New Jersey. So it's we've got a story, WVMetroNews.com. You can see it. Also, a story at the website, Secretary of State Chris Warner commenting after the president's comments last night on elections. Also, Mark Circea, longtime Putnam County prosecutor. Then he moved into the Justice Administration when Jim Justice was governor, and then he became a circuit judge in Putnam County. Well, he posted this afternoon that he's resigning his seat. He's been diagnosed with Alzheimer's.
Oh, that's awful.
Early stages. And so we've got that story also at the website.
All right, Jeff, thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate that. Ryan? Yeah. Let's take a break. We're coming back with more in just a moment.
To the big-hearted, the bold.
At Daniel's Men's Store, exceptional style begins with a curated selection and finishes with a flawless fit. When it's time to buy a suit, Daniel's is here to make sure yours is one of a kind. Discover tailored suits you'll only find in-store at Daniel's.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Of course, the LVA was brought into my life because I had a severe heart attack in November of 2024. And then I entered into congestive heart failure.
Where he was in the course, we really had to go towards an LVAD.
At that point, I was committed. At that point, I wanted to get better, and I wanted to see what this machine was going to do for me.
With this therapy, he's thriving, doing well. And not only is he living, he's thriving.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Need a truck that's ready for work, weekends, and everything in between? Right now at Dan Cava GMC, get up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierra 1500s, or save up to $4,000 off all new GMC Canyon Elevations, offering bold styles, advanced technology, and everyday practicality. Come explore our all-new GMC Yukons, built for busy families and big adventures. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop Thorold.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer golf coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
I kid my friend who just texted me, by the way, and said, no blanking cheese. You don't want him there because
not everyone's going to have cheese.
He's going to go up to everybody there and start turning over their carts. You are illegitimate.
Midday on Metro News Television.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
Wildfire smoke continues to bring very unhealthy air quality in the purples, but the good news is improvement comes our way this weekend. Eastern Panhandle, you'll still feel it in the morning, but we will all see some nice clearing through Saturday with the system moving in from the west, but it also triggers some thunderstorms. Friday evening, west of Charleston for a marginal risk for some severe conditions, damaging winds. Damaging winds is why we have this widespread slight to marginal risk on Saturday. Also some heavy rain that could bring some localized flooding concerns. So Elkins toward Beckley, Charlestown, Morgantown, this is the path of 1 up to 2 inches of rain expected. Then as you go east, not seeing as much benefit from the moisture on the horizon, unfortunately. So Friday evening, we'll have some storms approaching from the west and then falling apart a bit in the overnight hours, but redevelopment of scattered showers and storms Saturday afternoon and evening with some damaging winds and some very heavy rain that will continue into the overnight hours. 5-star W forecast, it starts at home. A nice weekend taking shape if you're traveling toward D.C., toward Chicago, New York, other areas you could travel to, still hot, humid, and stormy. Panhandle to Panhandle forecast. A warm overnight period staying with 70 for a low in Morgantown, 73 Moundsville, then 83 to 86 for highs on Saturday. Also close to 70 degrees for the overnight low, looking toward Martinsburg, then 91 on Saturday. We'll see Petersburg with 91 as well. Elkins maintaining low 70s overnight, but then pushing in toward 83 on Saturday. As you go west, we'll see Ripley with 87. Marlinton, 68 for a low, and then 83 for a high. Meanwhile, mid-70s tonight for Charleston and 88 on Saturday. Stormy through Saturday, some lingering showers and storms Sunday. Nice Monday, then Tuesday brings widespread thunderstorms that also could be severe.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
I love the state of West Virginia. I've met some of my best friends. I'm excited to be back. I still have my pickup truck. I still have four-wheel drive. One of the ladies asked me in the forum if I know how to drive in the snow. I told her Oh, yeah. I spent 5 years in Elkins.
See, that's one of those things. Now that you're coming to Fairmont, you've handled the Elkins winter.
Yeah,
this
if you can handle Randolph County.
I mean, you're moving. This is basically coming back to Florida here when you get to Fairmont. I mean, this is easy.
It's going to be a breeze.
Sportsline on Metro News Television. If it matters in West Virginia, it's being talked about here.
Gentlemen, I could not care less if you read this message. All right, moving on to the next one. 304 Talk 304. Well, they said it, not me.
Oh, it's terrible. Read the guy's phone.
Maybe I will, maybe I won't.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talk Line. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at WVMetroNewsTV.com.
More.
All right, welcome back. Wow, we got a lot of stuff to do before we get to the top of the hour, and we're just getting started here. Going to reset our question of the day, get a couple of responses to that, do the sound of sports. Oh, the follow-up file today is a banger. Hey, man, Coop, when I was off on Monday, what was your question of the day? You remember?
What is a design element that you hate? Like for architecture.
Oh, okay.
Or, like for your house or whatever it is, like a design, more of an interior design. Like I had survey results on the types of things that people don't like about designs, like LED lights and stuff like that on businesses and stuff. And so I was asking for stuff that drove people nuts about designs and like stores and stuff.
Get a little comment about like open floor plans, that kind of thing?
Yeah, we got a little bit of the open floor plan stuff, people talking about lighting in different places. My big complaint was like all of the smoke shops. Like, I don't really care what their business is. Like, it's legal. You make business with it. I mean, that's their business. I don't really care about that. But why do all of them have to have those LED lights?
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
Like in Canal City, like at night, that's all you can see. You're driving down the street, and it's like businesses that are closed, and then like, oh, look at these giant palaces of LED, head shops.
That is odd. That is kind of odd.
I'm glad they're in business. Glad you're stacking paper, whatever. It's just like they're kind of annoying looking, honestly.
We've had some pretty good responses to our questions of the day this week, so we'll get into that. We do the follow-up file every Friday at 3:50. Oh man, we got some good stuff in the Sound of Sports that's coming up in a minute. Some great quotes from some college football coaches. Anyway, here's the question of the day, and it is sponsored by Salango Law. So on this day in 1941, Joe DiMaggio, the Yankee Clipper, his legendary 56-game hitting streak finally came to an end. Question of the day, and it's sponsored by Salango Law. What are some single-season or consecutive game records you think will likely never be broken? I'm trying to get into that, dig down a little bit and be a little bit more specific. Single-season or consecutive game records you think will likely never be broken. Daniel, listening out in Oakland, California. Oh, he broke the rule right out of the box. Come on, Daniel. I'm just kidding. He says, I know it's not single season, but Nolan Ryan's 7 no-hitters will be impossible in today's baseball climate. How many pitchers ever complete a full game? That's a solid point. And then he says, as for a single season, Gretzky's 50 goals in 39 games and having 92 goals in 1981-82 might stand for a long time. That's true. That's probably true. We're thinking about West Virginia records. Coop, high school football records. I mean, it's going to be pretty hard for anybody to ever top what J.R. House did at Nitro in 1998, right?
Yeah, that seems nearly untouchable.
So, I mean, in this season, they won the state championship. He threw for 5,526 yards and 65 touchdowns in a single season. And at the time, that was the national record in both of those categories. I mean, you'd have to break the passing yardage record, you'd have to throw like for 400 a game. Every single game.
Yeah, right.
So
it seems like it would be so impossible.
And think about somebody like Chris Martin was on the receiving end of so many passes from Nitro in that season in 98. To break his record, he caught 132 passes for 2,061 yards and 27 touchdowns in that season. So essentially, as a receiver to break that record, you'd have to go for like 10 catches and 150 yards every week for the duration of the season. Seems kind of unlikely,
yeah,
right?
That does seem very unlikely, yes. Although There was a period of time when we changed to like quad A and like the classes started spacing out a little bit. There were some pretty non-competitive games, and you wondered if maybe you could get somebody stacking. But those are individual games where that would happen. For a season, there's also really elite teams now too.
Right.
So I mean, you're going to run into that eventually.
But when you get big leads, now they run the clock.
Yeah, that's true
back
too.
In
you
90,
don't get as much chance.
Yeah, back in '98, you had more snaps. Anyway, those and that's just a couple of the records. I'll get into more of this stuff in a bit. But that is the question of the day in light of the fact that Joe D's legendary 56-game hitting streak was finally snapped in the state in 1941. What are some single-season or consecutive game records you think will likely never be broken? Send your responses in. And I've got some comedy responses, too, from a couple of our listeners that are pretty good. 304-TALK, 304-304-8255-304. I'm on Exit Weekly, WEEKLEY. One word, 3 E's, WEEKLEY. All right, let's get into the sound of sports. And we'll start with baseball. In the Atlantic League, the Dirty Birds were 10-6 winners at Southern Maryland last night. Charleston's won the first 3 games of the series. That continues tonight. From the big leagues, the Pirates are in Cleveland to take on the Guardians tonight, while the Reds begin a swing out west with a first of 3 with the Rockies in Denver. Last night in Philadelphia, the All-Star break officially ended as the Mets' Francisco Alvarez homered twice in a 4-1 win over the Phillies.
Big one. Don Mattingly believing in Nola, keeping him in there.
Alvarez took Nola to dead center back in the third.
3-1. Nola Alvarez gets into one to left. Marsh looks up, and that one crawls into the seats. Schwarber got robbed by the railing, and Alvarez hit one just off the top or just above it for his second blast of the night. And back-to-back homers make it 3-0 New York. The old baseball is a game of inches. Kyle Schwarber hits one literally off the top of the railing, comes back into the field of play, called a ground rule double. And look at how close Alvarez's came. It snuck over the railing.
So this game was moved up an hour due to the smoke from wilderness wildfires burning in Canada and Minnesota. Met slugger Juan Soto was removed in the 8th inning because of left calf soreness, but he is expected to be back in the lineup for the Metropolitans this weekend. At the British Open, Lucas Herbert and Sam Burns each matched the major championship scoring record by both firing 62s in the second round today at Royal Birkdale. Herbert missed a 5-footer for par at the 18th that would have given him the record. Then 2 groups later, Burns, an LSU alum, capped a birdie finish by holing out from a greenside bunker on the final hole to get to 8 under 62.
I like this bunker shot. I think he's thinking about holing this.
Oh, get in there. 62 for Sam Burns. And when all the attention was on Lucas Herbert, we thought, could Sam Burns hole it to match him for 62? Birdie finish. 8 under, 5 under for the championship. That's special.
Yep. Here's Sam Burns on that bunker shot that tied the record for the lowest round ever at a major.
It was in a good spot in the bunker, which you never know what you're going to get in pot bunkers over here. And so I was happy that I saw that when I walked up. And then it was a tricky bunker shot just because I had to kind of land in the fringe there and then use the slope on down to the hole. But definitely very lucky for.
All right, so Lucas Herbert with his 62 today. He's got a 1-shot lead currently in the midst of the second round of the British Open. Bryson DeChambeau 1 shot back after a 66 in the second round today. College football now. The ACC Media Days wrapped up today in Charlotte. Former Penn State coach James Franklin is now at Virginia Tech. He's happy with the Hokies offseason, with camp opening up in just a couple of weeks.
But we've been able to hit the ground running. We are bigger, we are stronger, we are faster than we have been. There's no doubt about that. And I think our depth is in a position to be able to compete. So from an expectation, from a standards, from a culture standpoint, I think we're in a really good place. Again, we feel like we have won the offseason.
A dozen former Nittany Lions followed Franklin to Blacksburg, including Ethan Grunkmeyer, who is expected to be the Hokies starting quarterback this fall. Meanwhile, Pitt's Pat Narduzzi was raising some eyebrows today at Media Day with the claim that the ACC is tougher, top to bottom, than the Big Ten.
coming from Michigan State, spent 8 seasons there as a defensive coordinator, coming to Pitt in 2015. I said it then, I said it now. After about 2 years in the league, I said this conference is better. It's better than the Big Ten. It's got more skill. I just think, up and down the East Coast, I just think there's so many players in our area where in the Big Ten trying to get players up there, to come up north, and it's, now it's got a little West flavor to it. But I've said that for years, and I'm going to stick to my guns. And you look at our record. You look at our record in bowl games against, the SEC and the Big Ten. You look at our record, in the regular season. I mean, we don't have a losing record. We have a winning record against those teams.
All right. By the way, Narduzzi was making other headlines today with the claim that Miami tried to steal the Panthers quarterback right before the portal closed. More on that later today. And Clemson's Dabo Swinney sounds fired up after last year's uncharacteristic 7-6 season for the Tigers.
Again, for me, it's my 24th year at Clemson and my 18th as the head coach and my 37th year in college football. So it's been a blast, and I'm just grateful to have the opportunity to, have a new season and get a chance to get back to camp. It's what I love to do. I love camp because we got no clock and we just get to hang out all day and do football life together and just, there's just nothing better.
So Marshall's in the Sun Belt Conference, and the Sun Belt Media Day wrapped up in New Orleans yesterday afternoon. Louisiana Tech is the newcomer to the league, replacing Texas State, and Bulldogs coach Sonny Cumbie sounds happy to be there.
And the brand recognition that this league now aligned with Louisiana Tech and what, really hopefully Louisiana Tech can do also for the Sun Belt Conference. From the standpoint of how we can represent this league with class, we can represent this league every Saturday for 6 Saturdays in Ruston, Louisiana, in a manner that is impressive for this league and carries value for this league. And then also, it's really a marriage that makes so much sense, really.
The Sun Belt is celebrating its 50th season as a conference and is coming off a campaign in which it sent James Madison into the CFP last year. And finally, from the NBA, the Miami Heat officially introduced the Greek Freak on Thursday. And after coming over from the Bucks, Giannis sounds like a man who knows the ring's the thing.
All that matters is winning. And everybody leaves their kids behind, their wives behind, their husband behind, the people that they love behind for the common goal, which is to win. We spend more time with our teammate and the staff than with our own family, right? So if we are going to do that, we got to have the same mindset that at the end of this road, we might have a chance to win the championship.
All right, we'll take a quick break and come back with a follow-up file in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Dylan Jumper, a project consultant at Civil and Environmental Consultants. I'm someone who craves challenges and meaningful connections. At CEC, I found both solving complex problems and delivering quality solutions is what drives me. It's not just about completing tasks, it's about building trust and making a lasting impact. In the Martinsburg office, we anticipate, communicate, and act swiftly to keep projects on track. At CEC, we engineer progress in the great state of West Virginia.
Find out what CEC can do for you. Visit cecinc.com.
This boating season, elevate your family time with Lou Wendell Marine Sales. Proudly family owned for over 40 years. Lou and his sons are West Virginia's largest Avalon pontoon dealer. Trusted experts in premium boats, motors, and service. Discover refined comfort, elegant design, and performance you can feel. Now is the perfect time to take advantage of preseason savings. At Lou Wendell Marine Sales, they don't just sell boats. They sell family fun. Visit LouWendellMarineSales.com because the weekend's almost here.
Metro News Hotline, brought to you by Salango Law, will return right after these messages.
Okay, so we're going to do public math. So he won 9 his second year at West Virginia, 5 his second year at Michigan, 8 his second year at Arizona, second year at Jack State. He won 9, so it's 31 divided by 4.
Yeah, just under 8 per win. Or per season.
So there you go, Hunter. You can just forget about everything else and just mark it down.
Put Tony and I down for 8, Coach Hunter. Put us on the prediction show for 8. We already got it.
Sportsline on Metro News Television.
The best selection of WVU apparel is at Daniel's Men's Store. Exclusive designs you won't find anywhere else. Stylish, sophisticated, and unmistakably Mountaineer. Shop in store or online at danielsofmorgantown.com.
I had a severe heart attack in November of 2024. And then I entered into congestive heart failure.
We really had to go towards an LVAD. And not only is he living, he's thriving.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
For over 20 years, Dan Cava Toyota World has been more than a dealership. We're family-owned, community-focused, and committed to taking care of our customers long after the sale. Our commitment doesn't stop when you drive off the lot. With factory-trained technicians and a service team you can trust, we're here to keep your vehicle running at its best for years to come. So when it's time to get your next vehicle, choose the dealership that's been serving the community for generations. Visit Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Good morning, sir. It's yet another beautiful day to be in pursuit of happiness, is it not?
I like the optimism. Let's see if we can take care of that by the end of the show today, shall we?
Talk Line on Metro News Television.
Patrick Association Foundation.
All right, welcome back. You know, we're going to play a little buy or sell in about 15 minutes, but now it's time for the follow-up file. When we started our question of the day segment, we originally wanted to read all the responses, but we started getting too many to do that. Some would come in so late or even after the show was over. Couldn't find a way to get that stuff into the program until now with the follow-up file. Yesterday's question of the day had to do with the fact that the ABS challenge system is coming to baseball most likely next year. So the question was, are you ready for robot umps in college baseball, or is destroying the human element of the game a step too far? 304-741. Dave, don't like the ABS challenge system at all. Umpires and the human element are part of the game. 681-981. Dave, no longer in the 240. Doesn't matter. In 10 years, the players will all be robots anyway. I didn't see that coming. Anthony in Clarksburg. Dave, outside of Angel Hernandez, you don't hear too much grievance thrown at home plate umpires. Keep the humans. Toddster, the robot umps are destroying the game as we know it. Ron on X would hate to see it, but everything is evolving. On Wednesday, we had a question of the day about the anniversary of Twitter. Twitter officially launched back in 2006. Back in those days, it had a 140-character limit. Kind of like that. Anyway, the question of the day was, what was the first important news event you first found out about on Twitter or some other social media platform? We got a lot of interesting takes on this. 304-685. Dave, the only thing I can recall about Twitter is Alvin the Avocado being awesome, an awesome contributor to your show for a while. Rest in power, Alvin. That's Joel listening in Wilmington, North Carolina. Coop, pour one out for Alvin the avocado. Do miss that. That was, if you've been listening to our show for years, you know. Oh, and I mentioned also that I followed Charlie Daniels when he was alive and was on Twitter, and he would always say goodnight when he got ready to go to bed. I thought that was kind of endearing. 304-377. Hey, Dave, I also followed Charlie Daniels on Twitter. 304-282. Dave, Twitter is the place that I go for breaking news. Cara said this. Dave, the biggest event I remember seeing on Twitter first was the death of Osama bin Laden in May of 2011. Words slowly started creeping out of the different news networks around the same time that night, but it was a very emotional moment for America that night. Hashtag 180 Club. Cara, thank you. We had a question on Tuesday about Brownsville, Texas, topping the All-State America's Best Drivers Report for the second straight year. So the question was, what are some unwritten rules of driving in West Virginia that outsiders just don't understand? And as you might imagine, we got a ton of response to this. Oh, my boy Coos Walker. Really enjoy his YouTube channel about WVU sports. He goes, Dave, you can drive faster than 45 miles an hour through the East River Mountain Tunnel in Bluefield. Yeah, that's a good one. Although that is a shock to the system for people who've never been through there. But I get you there. 304-940. Dave, just because it says 10 miles doesn't mean you can get there in 10 minutes. That is true as well. 304-382. Dave, if you don't have ticket money, stay out of the left-hand lane. People from Ohio will never get it. John in Martinsburg sent me this, right? This might have been the first one out of the box, and we didn't get to it on Tuesday. 304-886. Dave, I'm in a Walmart parking lot right now. All bets are off. No rules. 304-437. Oh, this is Bill from Nitro. Hey, Dave and Coop, use your blinkers and stay out of the fast lane. I've actually seen some people pulled over for that. 304-692. Dave, going less than the speed limit in the left-hand lane is apparently a requirement in this state. Oh, and we had a bunch of, when we were talking about Will Greer's retirement, we had a bunch of responses about that. 681-474. Dave, the horns down penalty was on David Sills. That is correct. You're correct there. But that is kind of referred to as the horns down game. And Greer scored the game-winning points that day in Austin for West Virginia. Hey, thanks to everybody who responded. We'll take a quick break here and come back and wrap the hour in just a moment.
Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law, will return right after these messages.
At Daniels Men's Store, exceptional style begins with a curated selection and finishes with a flawless fit. When it's time to buy a suit, Daniels is here to make sure yours is one of a kind. Discover tailored suits you'll only find in-store at Daniels.
For over 20 years, Dan Cava Toyota World has been more than a dealership. We're family-owned, community-focused, and committed to taking care of our customers long after the sale. Visit Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. and they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
Of course, the LVA was brought into my life because I had a severe heart attack in November of 2024. And then I entered into congestive heart failure.
Where he was in the course, we really had to go towards an LVAD.
At that point, I was committed. At that point, I wanted to get better, and I wanted to see what this machine was going to do for me.
With this therapy, he's thriving, doing well. And not only is he living, he's thriving.
I kid my friend who just texted me, by the way, and said, no blanking cheese. He got away with
Well, he
words.
should come out. Make sure he comes to the game.
No, you don't want him there because...
No, because not everyone's going to have cheese. I mean, there might be a couple that
No,
do.
what he's going to do, he's going to go up to everybody there and start turning over their carts and saying, this is, you are illegitimate. This is not accurate.
Midday on Metro News Television. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at WVMetroNewsTV.com.
All right, that's going to do it for the first hour of the show. We'll take a break here for news at the top. Come back, take a look at the end of the day on Wall Street, reset our question of the day about sports records, and we'll play some buy or sell too. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
Wildfire smoke continues to bring very unhealthy air quality in the purples, but the good news is improvement comes our way this weekend. Eastern Panhandle, you'll still feel it in the morning, but we will all see some nice clearing through Saturday with the system moving in from the west, but it also triggers some thunderstorms. Friday evening, west of Charleston for a marginal risk for some severe conditions, damaging winds. Damaging winds is why we have this widespread slight to marginal risk on Saturday. Also some heavy rain that could bring some localized flooding concerns. So Elkins toward Beckley, Charlestown, Morgantown, this is the path of 1 up to 2 inches of rain expected. Then as you go east, not seeing as much benefit from the moisture on the horizon, unfortunately. So Friday evening, we'll have some storms approaching from the west and then falling apart a bit in the overnight hours, but redevelopment of scattered showers and storms Saturday afternoon and evening with some damaging winds and some very heavy rain that will continue into the overnight hours. 5-star W forecast, it starts at home. A nice weekend taking shape if you're traveling toward D.C., toward Chicago, New York, other areas you could travel to, still hot, humid, and stormy. Panhandle to Panhandle forecast. A warm overnight period staying with 70 for a low in Morgantown, 73 Moundsville, then 83 to 86 for highs on Saturday. Also close to 70 degrees for the overnight low, looking toward Martinsburg, then 91 on Saturday. We'll see Petersburg with 91 as well. Elkins maintaining low 70s overnight, but then pushing in toward 83 on Saturday. As you go west, we'll see Ripley with 87. Marlinton, 68 for a low, and then 83 for a high. Meanwhile, mid-70s tonight for Charleston and 88 on Saturday. Stormy through Saturday, some lingering showers and storms Sunday. Nice Monday, then Tuesday brings widespread thunderstorms that also could be severe.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
This is Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law. Metro News Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more from a Mountain State point of view. Hotline is a no politics zone. You can join the conversation. Text the show at 304-825-5304. 304-TALK-304. Here's the host for Metro News Hotline, Dave Weekly.
All right, welcome back to the show. Hour number 2, how do you do? Metro News Hotline, keeping you company here in West Virginia every weekday afternoon, starting at 3:06 and taking you through until 6 o'clock, right to the bitter end. And you know what? Friday is one of our favorite shows because it gives us a chance to usher in the weekend officially in West Virginia. So looking forward to the 5 o'clock hour, but we got a lot of stuff to do in this 4 o'clock hour. For example, we will take a look at what happened in the financial markets today. We will reset our question of the day. It's Friday at the top of the 4 o'clock hour, so it's time to play buy or sell. We've got the entertainment report coming at 4:25. Pat Strader is going to be here for Beer Friday in less than a half an hour. We've got the On This Date file will crack open. We'll keep you updated on what's going on. And we've got like a mini, I don't know if it's a mini controversy, but there is some sort of controversy going on at the British Open right now where Bryson DeChambeau, who shot a second-round 66, and for the moment is one shot behind the leader, apparently the R&A has got a problem with DeChambeau and maybe the way that he tapped down some of the grass when he got into a bad lie at the 5th hole, and potentially a penalty could be coming to DeChambeau, and when that goes live and we can straighten that out, we'll let you know.
Oh,
and
no.
It's a developing situation.
He tapped down some grass.
I know. They're into the shed. Nothing good happens in there. Anyway, we'll follow that. So in the 5 o'clock hour, Jed Drenning's going to be here to talk about Mountaineer football, specifically the WVU wide receivers. We'll play in or out at 5:25. Aristotle Jones, is he good to go today, Coop? Is he back in the mix today?
He sent me some information for his syndicated show, so I'm still waiting for our local things. But usually one comes after the other.
There you go. So we'll get him back in.
Yeah, I'm assuming that the Appalachian Soul Man will be in.
That'll be at 5:33 this afternoon. Okay, let's get into what happened in the financial markets today. Kind of an interesting market. A lot of red on the board. The Dow was down 0.8%, losing 406 points today, closing at 52,146. S&P 500 was down 1%, losing 76 points today, 74.57. At the close, NASDAQ was down 1.4%, losing 361 points. NASDAQ closing at 25,520. Netflix took a bit of a hit today and actually was down much more earlier in the day, down about 7%. After it reported relatively disappointing earnings after the bell last night. All right, among stocks of local interest to West Virginia that were big percentage gainers or losers today, money center banks, regional banks were down today. Fifth Third Bank was down 2.6%, lost $1.57, 57.80 at the close today. FMC was down 2.5%, dropped 28 cents, 11.16 at the end of today's session. Home Depot was down today, 2.6%. Lost 21 cents, 338.81 at the close. In the energy space, man, oil up again, up 3.7%, gaining $2.92. WTI and the NYMEX closed at $81.87. The WTI has been up 14% plus this week as things have got a little bit more heated in the Middle East. And natural gas at the moment up 2.2%, up 6 cents, trading at $2.92 per unit at the moment. And, of course, it's still trading. And this is pretty interesting. Bitcoin right now at the moment is down a little less than $100, but it's sitting exactly at $64,000 even per coin. All right, let's take a quick peek at our question of the day. Question of the day. It was on this date in 1941. Joe DiMaggio's legendary 56-game hitting streak finally came to an end. Came to an end after 56 consecutive games with a base hit for the Yankee Clippers. So here's the question, and it's sponsored by Salango Law. What are some single-season or consecutive game records you think will likely never be broken? What are some single-season or consecutive game records you think will likely never be broken? To respond, text those in, 304-TALK 304, 304-8255 304. I'm on Exit Weekly, WEEKLEY, one word, 3 E's, WEEKLEY. I'm going to continue to kind of get into some records of that regard for West Virginia high school football, West Virginia high school basketball, and I've got some other ones, too, that we'll dig in. But I want your responses. I want to know what you think, so send those answers in. All right, boys, I think it might be time to play a little buy or sell. Time to play buy or sell. Where's Matt Guitar Murphy? Isn't he supposed to be here?
He's on vacation again.
Again?
It's the Matt Summer of vacations.
What? Who's his agent? Why isn't he our agent?
It's a long story.
When you got vacation days, use them while you have them.
You got to take them. All right, so it's a three-man weave for buy or sell today. We were thinking every Thursday when Amy Smith comes on the show at 5:06 to talk about buying and selling stocks and general comments about the financial markets. Why don't Coop and I do a segment where we use the same idea for sports, music, pop culture, and more? That's what we're doing today. Ryan, I'm going to have to alter this copy. I mean, you're always in on this, too.
Yeah.
So, why don't Coop, Ryan, and I do a segment where we use the same idea for sports, music, pop culture, and more? So that's what we're doing today. Let's get started with buy or sell. Coop, you never start. And you always get shortchanged when it comes to time. Why don't you step up to the plate? What's your buy or sell topic?
Mine is not very. It's very earthbound. This is just something that happened recently. I came across a video that was going social. It was early last week, I think, and it kind of split the internet. So I thought that we could talk about it a little bit on here. This happened in early July. UPS driver was delivering a package, about a 30-pound box, to a home and its covered porch when a black dog suddenly appeared out of nowhere and sprinted at him from the property. The driver reacted by launching the box straight at the dog once it got close, and the dog immediately turned around and retreated. Now, that's the part I want to talk about more or less. The video continues where the guy immediately throws down his like his glasses and his phone, and another guy comes around the corner, I guess the dog's owner, and then they square up getting ready to fight. And the guy was like, "Are you coming at me now? Now what?" I don't know what else was going on there. I don't know if that was the homeowner and it was his dog, or if it's like a neighbor's dog, and he ran up onto the property. But what I want to know is, the first part of this video shows a guy that seems to be just doing his job. He's carrying a large box. The dog runs straight at him, and his first reaction is he throws the box at the dog, and he does turn around like he's going to retreat. The dog does also immediately retreat. So, buy or sell, in that situation, the delivery driver is perfectly within reason to protect himself with the box.
So the statement is he's perfectly
within
in the
reason.
Right, within reason.
Yes, it's within reason for him to protect himself with the box.
I guess my first question would be, was the dog did he live at this particular house, or was he coming from a separate yard? But does that even matter?
Well, that's the question, because I don't know that. There's no context in the video that you can
Okay.
definitely tell for sure. It could have been a neighbor's dog. Could have been somebody walking down the street with a dog. You can't really tell.
If he thought that an injury was possible, I think he was. I'm going to buy that. If he thought he could potentially be injured by this dog, he was just trying to defend himself. How big's the dog? Was it a big dog?
It looked like a medium big dog, like not a giant dog, but probably like Labrador type size.
I hate that kind of story, but I'm going to buy it.
Online, some of the reactions, and it's pretty split with people that felt that he acted within reason and people thought that it was unreasonable. And some of the pushback on it are things like, well, not only about potentially injuring the dog, what was in the box? And you're delivering that to a homeowner, and if it wasn't his dog, and then you just threw somebody's box at a dog, what was in the box? Was it something precious? Was it something one of a kind? I mean, there's other questions that kind of go into that as well. Not to mention that you could hurt a dog that you don't really know that much about. I'm not taking a side. I'm just saying this is what some of the pushback says. Ryan, what do you think?
Well, I was expecting Dave to sell because,
I did too, honestly.
Yeah, I was expecting him to be like, oh, that box, that's company property, and that could hurt the stock price if delivery drivers are throwing their boxes at dogs. But, part of me is like, yes, throwing a box at a dog is inherently an unreasonable act, but within context, it's perfectly reasonable because he felt like he needed to defend himself somehow. What's in his hand? Oh, it's a box. Throw the box. So when you're in these like fight or flight situations, I understand that like reason flies out the window. So I don't feel too bad for the guy. I don't think it's a great travesty what he did, but like hindsight's 20/20.
And it does look like the dog was uninjured. So
Yeah,
I mean, at least in this case.
Did the guy and the delivery guy end up throwing hands?
It looked like they were going to, then the video cuts off. I really have no idea. It's kind of an interesting thing because it touches on a lot of different things as far as, like pet ownership and different stuff like that. But I think ultimately one of the things I thought about was, number one, you have a box, and so you're also defenseless mostly. Your hands are taken. You're mostly defenseless. And so one of your first things you're going to do is want to put down the box. And I've thought to myself when I've been burnt before, sometimes for no reason at all, like if I'm at an open fire outside, like I'm cooking something over a campfire, and if I burn myself, whatever I have in my hand, I tend to just throw it at the fire. Like, it doesn't matter. I was just like, dang it, and you throw it at the fire, right? So I kind of feel like that might be kind of your reaction as well. I'm defenseless. I need to get my hands free. The thing coming at me, I throw the thing. It seems like a fairly reasonable reason to me.
And I'm guessing we don't know if there was any legal action.
Yeah, I don't know. UPS made a comment that they were aware of what took place, but I think that was more for the after the fact where the guy really just put up his dukes like an old school pugilist. It was like, come on, let's go.
That was a good one. Good buy or sell. I'm glad I'm glad that one went first.
Time for a bad one.
All right, Ryan, what do you got?
Dave, what's your favorite way to fly?
In a plane.
Wrong. In a helicopter, Dave.
A helicopter.
Now.
Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not.
I think a few years back, I actually did like a promo for, I forget who it was for, but the whole premise was that I was in a helicopter covering traffic. I do not cover traffic in a helicopter.
What?
You couldn't pay me to get me into a helicopter. But, Coop, you remember that promo?
Yes, yeah, where it was actual commercial when you were playing it was your acting debut. You were playing a role.
It was the first commercial spot I've ever acted in, and it's been the only one since. But anyway, during the crosstalk, you were talking about the hotline boat, and I'm like, that's a great idea. How about the hotline helicopter? Buy or sell, Dave? We need a hotline helicopter.
As long as I'm not paying for it, or buy. Coop, I'm going to buy. We need a chopper. We need a chopper, Coop.
Are you going to buy and buy?
No.
Who's going to pilot it?
Well, certainly not me. The one time I was in a chopper, I did not enjoy it. I did not.
Maybe we
enjoy
can maybe we can try to call Harrison Ford and see if he can.
Oh, there you
fly
go.
for us.
There you go.
He seems to be very safe in the air.
Yeah. All right, Coop. What do you think here? Chopper hotline.
Yeah, man. I mean, let's see. We've talked about a fire engine before. We wanted to do a fire engine. We had a boat.
That would have been fun.
That fire engine. We really missed the boat.
Tank?
The fire engine on that one. Yeah, a hotline tank I think would be awesome. We talked about the hotline boat earlier today. A copter would kind of complete our Paw Patrol kind of requirements that we need.
Yeah,
So,
that's right.
So yeah, I think that's good.
All right, so it's settled. And when's it going to get delivered? All right, finally, guys, my topic is about Billy Joel. Billy Joel just revealed why he stopped writing songs after his River of Dreams album in 1993. You realize this? That Billy Joel hasn't been writing songs for over 30 years?
Honestly, I had no idea.
So he said in a recent interview that he feared continuing to release music that would dilute his legacy. He says he's heard artists who keep putting out records and they really dilute their legacy. He kind of compared his 12-album catalog to the Beatles, saying that he felt that it was just enough. Now, he did write a song a couple of years ago called Turn the Lights Back On. It was a pretty good song. He wrote it. But, guys, buy or sell. The idea that some artists feel that they have to stop creating art because of their legacy is truly sad. Truly sad. The idea that some artists feel they have to stop creating art because of their legacy is truly sad. Buy or sell.
This is a really good one, actually, because I mean, to some degree, they don't owe anybody anything. If you want to hang it up and call it a day, the sports figures do the same. I mean, it's like Barry Sanders, right? I mean, he could have probably had another couple 1,000-yard seasons, but he felt like he was losing a step and he wouldn't be as good, even if he would be good, and so he hung it up. Geez, man, you don't hear much like this from the music standpoint. Part of me is a little skeptical. It's like, did you just stop writing music because you didn't want to damage your legacy, or did it dry up?
Well, but say, for example, you wrote a song, and in the back of your mind, you're not thinking about, I'm trying to create a piece of art. I'm writing this song, and how much monetarily is this going to hurt my catalog if it's not a hit? You know.
Well, and now that's an interesting perspective, because I didn't think of this from a monetary standpoint
That's
at all.
just one angle.
Yeah, I was thinking of it from a career ego standpoint, and not so much a monetary. Yeah, I mean, there are aspects of it, depending, that I would buy this, but there's also aspects of it that if a guy's just burnt out, or a guy is really truly just wants to protect whatever it is that he's put down. I mean, you can't really judge the artist for determining how he does his art. It's sort of his call. It's a tough one for me. I'm slightly going to sell. Just slightly. Just slightly.
All right. And Ryan, the idea that some artists feel they have to stop creating art because of their legacy is truly sad.
I think, like Coop said, this is a real difficult one. You can't really compare it to other artists. Like, if you're a painter and you stop painting, you could still grab a sketchbook and like express yourself with that and maybe not sell any paintings. But when you're like an artist whose career is about selling music, like Billy Joel, then I think that's where it gets a bit weird. That being said, when talking about legacy, like, Coop, don't hurt me for this, but when you talk about someone like Paul McCartney, sure, you get the entire magnificent catalog of Beatles and music from the Wings, but you also get Temporary Secretary. So you get this, like, it's like having a pristine face with a big old mole on it or something, you know? So I gotta somewhat sell too.
You got to sell it. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
It's weird.
Hey,
no offense.
No offense. All right. That's it. Thanks, guys. That's it for Buy or Sell. We do it every Friday at this time. Matt Guitar Murphy, is he back next week?
Man, I don't even know, but I would assume that he needs to be.
Yeah. He's got to come back to work sometime.
I suppose that's true. All right, let's take a break. The Entertainment Report is next.
Don't forget about our podcast. Check out your favorite podcast provider or simply go to WVMetroNews.com and click on the podcast link. This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
I kid my friend who just texted me, by the way, and said, no blanking cheese. Got away with
Well, he
words.
should come out. Make sure he comes to the game.
No, you don't want him there because
because not everyone's going to have cheese. I mean, there might be a couple that
know
do.
what he's going to do. He's going to go up to everybody there and start turning over their carts and saying, "This you are illegitimate. This is not accurate."
Midday on Metro News Television. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at WVMetroNewsTV.com.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
I had a severe heart attack in November of 2024. And then I entered into congestive heart failure.
We really had to go towards an LVAD. And not only is he living, he's thriving.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong.
Need a truck that's ready for work, weekends, and everything in between? Right now at Dan Cava GMC, get up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierra 1500, or save up to $4,000 off all new GMC Canyon Elevations, offering bold styles, advanced technology, and everyday practicality. Come explore our all-new GMC Yukons, built for busy families and big adventures. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
The best selection of WVU apparel is at Daniel's Men's Store. Exclusive designs you won't find anywhere else. Stylish, sophisticated, and unmistakably Mountaineer. Shop in store or online at danielsofmorgantown.com.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
3 guys before the game.
I love gear from events. Okay. When my daughter was little and participating in karate, I mean, we'd go up to Weir and be at an event. I'm like, right, what t-shirt we got?
Available on Metro News Television.
Meanwhile, everyone's excited about this weekend is the World Cup final in New Jersey. Yes! The final is in New Jersey. It'll be a nice change to see guys in tracksuits who are actually playing a sport.
Nice. All right, it's almost 4:28 on the show. Hey, don't forget, Beer Friday's coming up in about 5 minutes with Pat Strader, but right now it's time for Talkin' TV and more. Here are the latest entertainment headlines today from ABC.
ABC Entertainment News.
Never used to think about the future at all.
Heartstopper is coming to an end, but Nick and Charlie are forever. Heartstopper Forever, the movie conclusion to the popular Netflix teen romance series, is out today. Star Kit Connor tells ABC Audio he hopes the show will live on as a comfort watch to people of all ages.
It makes people feel comfortable, feel safe, feel inspired, feel brave. If it continues to do that, then I think we'll be in good stead.
Jenna Ortega and Rose Byrne are teaming up for a new drama, Nasty. The new film about a competitive gymnast and her contentious relationship with her coach reunites Byrne with If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You director Mary Bronstein.
I'm a soldier.
Paramount Plus has released the first trailer for Lioness Season 3. The thrilling spy series starring Zoe Saldana and Nicole Kidman returns to Paramount Plus on August 2nd. And happy birthday to David Hasselhoff, who is 74 today. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
All right, thank you. In news from the movies, director Matt Reeves announced that The Batman Part 2 will now premiere on February 18th, 2028. Nearly 6 years after the first film, the sequel features Robert Pattinson as the Batman along with Scarlett Johansson. Originally, it was set for October 2026, but now the film has been delayed twice. Once again, The Batman Part 2 is not going to premiere until February 18th, 2028. All right, we'll take a quick break here at the bottom of the hour, and when we come back, you know what it's time for. Beer Friday and Pat Strader are coming right up. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
I'm Jeff Jenkins.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
Wildfire smoke continues to bring very unhealthy air quality in the purples, but the good news is improvement comes our way this weekend. Eastern Panhandle, you'll still feel it in the morning, but we will all see some nice clearing through Saturday with the system moving in from the west, but it also triggers some thunderstorms. Friday evening, west of Charleston for a marginal risk for some severe conditions, damaging winds. Damaging winds is why we have this widespread slight to marginal risk on Saturday. Also some heavy rain that could bring some localized flooding concerns. So Elkins toward Beckley, Charlestown, Morgantown, this is the path of 1 up to 2 inches of rain expected. Then as you go east, not seeing as much benefit from the moisture on the horizon, unfortunately. So Friday evening, we'll have some storms approaching from the west and then falling apart a bit in the overnight hours, but redevelopment of scattered showers and storms Saturday afternoon and evening with some damaging winds and some very heavy rain that will continue into the overnight hours. 5-star W forecast, it starts at home. A nice weekend taking shape if you're traveling toward D.C., toward Chicago, New York, other areas you could travel to, still hot, humid, and stormy. Panhandle to Panhandle forecast. A warm overnight period staying with 70 for a low in Morgantown, 73 Moundsville, then 83 to 86 for highs on Saturday. Also close to 70 degrees for the overnight low, looking toward Martinsburg, then 91 on Saturday. We'll see Petersburg with 91 as well. Elkins maintaining low 70s overnight, but then pushing in toward 83 on Saturday. As you go west, we'll see Ripley with 87. Marlinton, 68 for a low, and then 83 for a high. Meanwhile, mid-70s tonight for Charleston and 88 on Saturday. Stormy through Saturday, some lingering showers and storms Sunday. Nice Monday, then Tuesday brings widespread thunderstorms that also could be severe.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
I love the state of West Virginia. I've met some of my best friends. I'm excited to be back. I still have my pickup truck. I still have four-wheel drive. One of the ladies asked me in the forum if I know how to drive in the snow. I told her, oh yeah, I spent 5 years in Elkins.
See, that's one of those things. Now that you're coming to Fairmont, you've handled the Elkins winter.
Yeah, if you can handle Randolph County.
I mean, you're moving. This is basically coming back to Florida here when you get to Fairmont. I mean, this is easy.
It's going to be a breeze.
Sportsline on Metro News Television. If it matters in West Virginia, it's being talked about here.
Gentlemen, I could not care less if you read this message. All right, moving on to the next one. 304 Talk 304. Well, they said it, not me.
Oh, that's terrible. Read the guy's phone.
Maybe I will, maybe I won't.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talkline. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at WVMetroNewsTV.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. 26 minutes till the hour. We'll get Pat Strader on here in just a sec with another edition of Beer Friday. By the way, if you got a question about beer or the craft beer industry in our state, which is pretty active, by the way, give us a text. Send us a text, 304-TALK-304, 304-8255-304. I'm on Exit Weekly, WEEKLEY, one word, 3 E's, WEEKLEY. Well, we're getting them on the line. Let me just do a quick update on our question of the day. So it was on this date in 1941 that Joe DiMaggio's legendary 56-game hitting streak finally came to an end. So the question of the day, and it is sponsored by Salango Law, what are some single-season or consecutive game records you think will likely never be broken? What are some single-season or consecutive game records you think will likely never be broken? I just gave you the text line and how to reach me on Twitter, so go ahead and use those things. But a couple of the things that you may not have thought of that I thought were pretty interesting here in terms of college football. Cooper, we were just talking about Barry Sanders yesterday. Barry Sanders had a birthday. Think about this. When Barry Sanders was at Oklahoma State in 1988, he averaged 239 yards 39 yards a game, okay? So he rushed for 2,628 yards in 11 regular season games, all right? That average of 238.9 yards per game is the real standard. In context, a modern back would have to rush for nearly 3,600 yards over a 15-game national championship run to match that average. Furthermore, the NCAA didn't count bowl game stats back then. If he had the 222 yards he had from the Holiday Bowl, he actually rushed for 2,850 yards in 12 games. I don't see that being broken. I just don't see.
No, I don't either.
I don't see that being broken. And one of the reasons why modern backfields are strictly committees. No head coach in the 21st century is going to give a single running back the volume required to approach 240 yards every single game without running him into the ground. So that's just an example. That's just an example of a single season record. The other one I was going to get into is that was 1988, right? In that same season, Derek Thomas of Alabama had 27 sacks in 10 games. 27 sacks.
That's insane.
In 10 games, okay?
Gosh, he was so good.
I know.
Man, he passed way too early.
I know.
Oh, my goodness, he was so good.
So that's probably another single-season college football record that'll never be broken. 27 sacks in 10 games.
Yeah, that's incredible.
That is nuts. All right. Oh, where's the music? Let's get into the
waiting for you.
Let's do it.
And though we ain't no PhDs, but there's one thing that's for sure. When the whistle blows, everybody knows it's beer o'clock. Beer o'clock, I just can't wait. Beer o'clock, I don't want to be late. Beer o'clock, I worked all day for.
Beer o'clock.
Quitting time around here is beer o'clock.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring him up to the stage. Pat Strader, hashtag Beer Friday, where he's the man when it comes to the world of beer and craft beer in West Virginia. How you doing today, Pat?
I'm doing great, Dave. Happy Beer Friday.
Happy Beer Friday to you as well. And where are you coming from? Are you coming from your home in Beckley?
I've been working on the porch today, Dave, so I'm just kind of hanging out.
Working on the porch, eh?
Yep.
That's funny. I'll bet your dad just disappears somewhere else when he hears the hammering, right? Or does he help you?
Oh, no. I mean, I'm working. Doing my job.
During your
on
job.
the porch.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
Attaboy. I was
Hey,
going to say.
it pays to be self-employed, Dave.
That's good. Hey, you know what? We got a lot of good stuff to start with. Oh, let's start with the Peddler because I want to talk about the beer.
Yeah.
And you're also saying that there's a pinball tournament at the Peddler. Too.
Yeah.
So
Well,
let's
you
get the
know-
beer story first.
I mean, okay. So the beer first. They have 3 new beers, and I think that a couple of these, I know at least one of these has been brewed before, but they have Mr. Meaner, Coconut Speedboat, and Juice Caboose. Now, these are some really interesting beers. Mr. Meaner, this is a peach and pineapple sour. The Coconut Speedboat is a coconut and pineapple wheat. And then the Juice Caboose is a tangerine and tropical fruit sour. So, man, the summer beers are rolling. And, yeah, like you said, Dave, a pinball tournament. They just had their first one. They have one coming up on August 11th. This is super cool.
I agree. I agree. First of all, when was the last time you played pinball?
It's actually not been that long ago, Dave.
I knew
my favorite is the Williams Whitewater. Have you ever played that one, Dave? It is the best. It's the best.
Oh man, How about the Kiss pinball machine? That thing's just fantastic. I just love that. You know what? It's been a while since I've actually played on a real pinball machine. But you know, how awful is that feeling when you tilt the machine? Right? You think that you've got it all figured out. You know, you got the little body language, and you're banging the machine around, and hey, look, something's up. Check out Pat on the pinball machine, and then you tilt it, and then everybody looks and knows that you banged the thing. And
That's
not a good feeling.
The calm down look.
Yeah, I'm looking at this menu of beers for the Peddler that you sent me. And, you know, there's some things on this menu that I would just buy because I like the look of the name. I mean, the Appalachian Bandito sounds like something I would definitely want to try, or the Dancing Outlaw for sure.
Yeah, we've definitely talked about the Dancing Outlaw before. That's a classic.
Ah, there you go. A pinball tournament at the Peddler. All right. That is going to be August 11th, 7 o'clock for round 2. We recently got a question about craft beer in Parkersburg, and now you got some information on that.
Yeah, well, so Parkersburg Brewing Company has been doing some renovations to their space there on Market Street, and we had a listener ask a couple questions about that. Well, they just posted this today, Dave, and the post literally says the wait is almost over. Now, they're not quite done yet, okay? They still have some work to do, but if you happen to be up in Parkersburg this evening, they have Meet Me on Market. You can stop by and you can get a sneak peek of what they have been working on. I have no clue exactly what the changes is. I mean, they've done a fantastic job of teasing this. They say the countdown is on, and trust us, you won't want to miss what's coming next. So if you happen to be in Parkersburg, you want to see what's going on, they've got their menu, a limited menu is available, but they got their beers are going to be available. So stop in there and see what's going on.
I think our listeners who may not be familiar or maybe familiar with the history of this segment, which we've been doing for years, you're from Parkersburg. So
That's right.
This is a very, very important topic to everybody, but maybe especially to you. And I like this Meet Me on Market. That's a really nice alliteration. They did really, really well with that. All right, moving on here. Let's. You know what, Coop? We're going to have to break down and do a show from Clendenin. We're going to have to go out there. They've invited us like multiple times. What's the story on the craft beer scene in Clendenin?
Well, you can take the hotline boat right up on up there, Dave.
Or the chopper.
Yeah. Yeah, the chopper would be fantastic. But so if you have not had enough fireworks, tomorrow night, the town of Clendenin, they are going to be doing fireworks on Main Street. And, of course, Clendenin Brewing, I mean, they're right there. If you're looking for an excuse to go up there and visit the fine folks at Clendenin Brewing, here it is. Go up, watch some fireworks. They've got some live music and, of course, great beers.
Hey, Pat, have you checked your email today? Did you get an update from me about fantasy football?
But I hit click as soon as I got it. I'm in.
Okay.
I'm there.
All right, good deal. So I'm the commissioner of the league, so I basically set the date of the draft. It's going to be the Tuesday after Labor Day weekend, the day before the NFL season begins at 7:30. You cool with that?
It sounds perfect to me, Dave.
All right. What's going on at 5th Street?
So 5th Street, this was really exciting for me to see. They have a Berliner Weiss that is now on tap. And if you guys are listening and you're interested in learning about some of the beer styles and things, I really love what Fife is doing. They do these little explainer videos, for lack of a better term, Dave. And they kind of walk you through what the style is. And, even this particular video, they're talking about the glassware that they use. But a Berliner is a very unique German sour. I first had an exposure to this when I worked with Bear Republic Brewing in California about 15, 20 years ago. And they actually have these things in what they call fooders, which are these massive, massive barrels. It's an amazing style, and I love what Fife is doing with this because they're doing it in the classic traditional style. You can add these syrups to it, and Woodruff, and I think there's a raspberry, perhaps. At any rate, that is the true to style way to do it. So hats off to Fife for doing it the right way and for brewing a really unique style. And if any of you all have never had Berliner Weiss, this is like the perfect summer beer.
I'm with you on the videos. I like them for a couple of reasons. First of all, I learn stuff, and then I like to see the people who are working at these locations so that when you go there, you recognize somebody. That's really, really well done. All right, finally, what's up at Short Story? We got some news on them today.
I'll keep it quick, but the Short Story, the Bearded Weirdo is back. And, Short Story, they always are having fun, and especially with the names of their beers. And in fact, one of their staff members is pictured here as the quote-unquote Bearded Weirdo. But this is a very classic pale ale. It is in cans, so keep an eye out for it on shelves where you normally find your local craft beers, or stop in there to Reedsville or down in Charleston and say hello and try one of these Bearded Weirdos.
There you go. Pat, as always, lots of great stuff. Now, you may be self-employed and you may be working at home, but it's almost 5 o'clock, right? It's almost 5 o'clock on Friday, so it's time to push back. What's in your hand or what will be there soon?
I'm slacking, Dave. My supply is low. I'm gonna have to make a trip down over the hill here to my favorite little my little bottle shop, and I don't know, see what I can find.
Well,
I'm not sure what I'm up for.
I mean, you tell me you're all the way worked to the bottom of cooler roulette. There's nothing left.
Well, I did, and Dave, there's multiple coolers, and I'm out. So I got to go stock up for the weekend for sure.
All right. Well, a job well done today, Pat. Thanks for coming on the show. We'll talk again next Friday at 4:33. Have a great week.
Thanks for having me, Dave, and happy Beer Friday.
Happy Beer Friday to you as well. Oh, man, what a good job. Love that segment with Pat Strader where we talk about beer. Oh, come on now. It's Friday afternoon, so let's get into it. And we talk about craft beer as well. All right. And by the way, if you have a question and it's just coming to you now or you only heard the last part of the segment, don't hesitate to send me a text on that because I read all this stuff, and we can find that and then save it for the next segment. So it's never too late to send me a note about beer. I should put that on a T-shirt. Let's take a break, and when we come back, it'll be time for On This Date. Stay tuned.
Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law, will return right after these messages.
Once there was a man who couldn't stand.
A mom who couldn't wait.
A scientific community
you
that
own a
said
boat
it couldn't
because
be
you
done.
love
And
spending
then
time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer golf coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
For over 20 years, Dan Cava Toyota World has been more than a dealership. We're family-owned, community-focused, and committed to taking care of our customers long after the sale. Our commitment doesn't stop when you drive off the lot. With factory-trained technicians and a service team you can trust, we're here to keep your vehicle running at its best for years to come. So when it's time to get your next vehicle, choose the dealership that's been serving the community for generations. Visit Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
At Daniel's Men's Store, exceptional style begins with a curated selection and finishes with a flawless fit. When it's time to buy a suit, Daniel's is here to make sure yours is one of a kind. Discover tailored suits you'll only find in-store at Daniel's.
Of course, the LVA was brought into my life because I had a severe heart attack in November of 2024. And then I entered into congestive heart failure.
Where he was in the course, we really had to go towards an LVAD.
At that point, I was committed. At that point, I wanted to get better, and I wanted to see what this machine was going to do for me.
With this therapy, he's thriving, doing well. And not only is he living, he's thriving.
We're going to do public math, so it's 31 divided by 4.
Yeah, just under 8 per win.
Just mark it down.
Put Tony and I down for 8, Coach Hunter. Put us on the prediction show for 8. We already got it.
There's the math.
Just go.
Sportsline on Metro News Television.
All right, welcome back. Well, it looks like Bryson DeChambeau did get a 2-stroke penalty. So today in his second round, which we thought was a 66, is now a 68, and he took a 7, a triple bogey on the 5th hole. We're going to be talking about that one for a while. All right, let's get into the on this date file. Birthdays, we'll start with the sports birthdays. Don Kessinger of the Cubs. Man, great player, 84 years old today. Charlie Steiner. Miss him on ESPN, former announcer for the Yankees and the Dodgers, 77 years old. Brian Trottier of the Islanders is 70 years old today. Scott Norwood of the Bills, wide right, 66 years old today. From entertainment, Lucy Arnaz, Lucille Ball's daughter, 75. David Hasselhoff is 74 years old today. Oh, Luke Bryan's having a birthday. He's been to Charleston, 50 years old today. You know, technically today, Elmer Fudd is 89 because in 1937, this was the first time he ever appeared in a Warner Brothers cartoon, although his character was originally called Egghead.
You mean I get the job? Why, sure you do, Shorty. Old short stuff. Sure you do. There you are. What, Egghead? Sweeps again.
There you go. All right, that was the first appearance of Elmer Fudd in 1937. So technically, he's 89 years old today. Birth anniversaries today. Daryl LaMonica. Oh, the Mad Bomber. quarterback of the Raiders, born in the state in 1941. He died in April of 2022 at the age of 80. Man, great story. He played in the first ever Little League World Series. He was a quarterback at Notre Dame. He was selected in the 23rd round of the AFL draft by the Bills. He went to the Raiders, sat the bench for a while, and then for 8 years, he just lights out. The Mad Bomber, a two-time AFL MVP. Also, birth anniversary, Donald Sutherland, born on the state in 1935. He died in mid-June 2024 at the age of 88. He's Canadian, obviously. So many big movies. I know he might be maybe best known as X from the movie JFK.
The cabinet was out of the country to get their perceptions out of the way. Troops were in the air for possible riot control. The telephones didn't work to get the wrong stories from spreading if anything went wrong with the plan. Nothing was left to chance. He could not be allowed to escape alive. Well, I never thought things were the same after that. Vietnam started for real. There was an era of, I don't know, make-believe in the Pentagon and CIA. Those of us who'd been in secret ops since the beginning knew the Warren Commission was fiction.
There you go. Donald Sutherland, born in the state in 1935, died in mid-June of 2024. Baseball, 1979, the 50th All-Star Game at the Kingdome. The National League won the game 7-6, and Dave Parker, the Pirates, was the MVP. And on the state in 1990, the Twins became the first team ever to turn 2 triple plays in a game but still losing to the Red Sox at Fenway Park 1-0.
Third base, 1 there, 2 there, and a triple play. Holy mackerel. The Twins have just rolled off a triple play on a perfect ball for Gaetti to do. They go, and Gaetti has 1, they got 2, and they've got another triple play. Mercy me, Gerald. And Mr. Morgan, the second time the Twins have started a triple play in this game.
So the Twins had a pair of triple plays around the horn, 5-4-3 triple plays, 2 of them in the same game against the Red Sox, but they still managed to lose to Boston at Fenway Park that night 1-0. Our musical birthday to the break. Oh, this is a good one. Geezer Butler, the bassist from Black Sabbath, is having a birthday today. He's 77. The 5 things to know at 5 o'clock in sports are coming up next.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
The conversation starts long before the game.
You a heavy swag purchase?
Well, one of my things, I love gear from events.
Okay.
I just love. That's a thing. I gotta go get gear.
Well, you're not alone because there's a lot of people.
A lot of people. When my daughter was little and participating in karate, we'd go up to Weir and be at an event. I'm like, right, I'm a T-shirt we got. Let's get a T-shirt for Let's get a T-shirt.
3 guys before the game. Available on Metro News Television.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
The best selection of WVU apparel is at Daniel's Men's Store. Exclusive designs you won't find anywhere else. Stylish, sophisticated, and unmistakably Mountaineer. Shop in store or online at danielsofmorgantown.com.
I had a severe heart attack in November of 2024. And then I entered into congestive heart failure.
We really had to go towards an LVAD. And not only is he living, he's thriving.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
For over 20 years, Dan Cava Toyota World has been more than a dealership. We're family-owned, community-focused, and committed to taking care of our customers long after the sale. Visit Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world!
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your App Store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
I kid my friend who just texted me, by the way, and said, no blanking cheese. You don't want him there because
not everyone's going to have cheese.
He's going to go up to everybody there and start turning over their carts. You are illegitimate.
Midday on Metro News Television.
Sports headlines at 5 o'clock. After the second round of the British Open, Lucas Herbert has got a 2-shot lead after tying the record, or setting the record for the best round at a major with an 8-under par 62 earlier today. And the Pirates game with the Guardians in Cleveland tonight has been postponed until tomorrow because of air quality. The Bucks and Guardians will play a day-night doubleheader tomorrow, first game at 1:10. More on that in a moment. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
Wildfire smoke continues to bring very unhealthy air quality in the purples, but the good news is improvement comes our way this weekend. Eastern Panhandle, you'll still feel it in the morning, but we will all see some nice clearing through Saturday with the system moving in from the west, but it also triggers some thunderstorms. Friday evening, west of Charleston for a marginal risk for some severe conditions, damaging winds. Damaging winds is why we have this widespread slight to marginal risk on Saturday. Also some heavy rain that could bring some localized flooding concerns. So Elkins toward Beckley, Charlestown, Morgantown, this is the path of 1 up to 2 inches of rain expected. Then as you go east, not seeing as much benefit from the moisture on the horizon, unfortunately. So Friday evening, we'll have some storms approaching from the west and then falling apart a bit in the overnight hours, but redevelopment of scattered showers and storms Saturday afternoon and evening with some damaging winds and some very heavy rain that will continue into the overnight hours. 5-star W forecast, it starts at home. A nice weekend taking shape if you're traveling toward D.C., toward Chicago, New York, other areas you could travel to, still hot, humid, and stormy. Panhandle forecast. A warm overnight period staying with 70 for a low in Morgantown, 73 Moundsville, then 83 to 86 for highs on Saturday. Also close to 70 degrees for the overnight low, looking toward Martinsburg, then 91 on Saturday. We'll see Petersburg with 91 as well. Elkins maintaining low 70s overnight, but then pushing in toward 83 on Saturday. As you go west, we'll see Ripley with 87. Marlinton, 68 for a low, and then 83 for a high. Meanwhile, mid-70s tonight for Charleston and 88 on Saturday. Stormy through Saturday, some lingering showers and storms Sunday. Nice Monday, then Tuesday brings widespread thunderstorms that also could be severe.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
This is Metro News Hotline, presented by Salango Law. Metro News Hotline is a 3-hour audio tour navigating the world of sports, news, entertainment, tech, and more from a Mountain State point of view. Hotline is a no politics zone. You can join the conversation. Text the show at 304-825-5304. 304-TALK-304. Here's the host for Metro News Hotline, Dave Weekley.
All right, welcome back to the show. It's 5:06 in West Virginia. Time to start the third and final hour of our program today, Metro News Hotline. I tell you what, Hotline, hot day. It's been a burner here in West Virginia. Came on the air today, 91 degrees here in Charleston in the Kanawha Valley, and it hasn't cooled down a bit. But you know what? It's Friday at 5 o'clock. So why don't we celebrate the weekend? Here's the fanfare.
I fill you up. Let's have a party. Let's have a party. I love you, Red Soul. Everybody's working for the weekend. Everybody wants a new romance. It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Enough is enough. I have had it with these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday break.
All right, there you go. It's officially the weekend here in West Virginia, and frankly, not a moment too soon. All right, we got a lot of stuff to get into in this particular hour. We are going to reset our question of the day here in just a moment, and Jed Drenning's going to join me here in just a moment. He's been on the sidelines for the WVU football broadcast for years, played high school football in our state at Tucker County, was at West Virginia briefly, and then went on to Glenville where he slung it around for Rich Rodriguez, so he knows the offense of the Mountaineers inside and out. And, the last couple of weeks, he's been with us. We've talked about Mountaineer quarterbacks. Last week, we talked about running backs. And I think, really, we need to have a serious discussion about WVU wide receivers because, there's only one player on this year's Mountaineers team who's ever caught a pass for West Virginia. All right, there's a lot of potential here, but we really don't know what's going to happen once they get on the field. So that's why we're going to talk about it. By the way, if you're wondering, doesn't Brad Howe normally come on the show at 5 o'clock on Friday? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. But he's had some other responsibilities the last couple of weeks, and today he's involved with the 3 Guys Before the Game event. But I texted with Brad earlier this week. He's going to be returning to his regular segment with us every Friday at 5 o'clock, beginning next week. We look forward to his return. But I have to tell you, I have enjoyed our conversations with Jed Drenning, and we'll have another one here in just a couple of minutes. A little bit later on in the half hour, we'll play In or Out. And at 5:33 today, talking about people coming back to the show, Aristotle Jones will be returning to the show with his segment, Sounds Good, West Virginia. This is one of my favorite segments of the week. At 5:33, he comes on the show, Aristotle Jones, and we talk about musical talent in West Virginia that needs more attention. And not only that, but the places you can go in West Virginia to hear live music. So it's the return of Aristotle Jones. Sounds Good, West Virginia. That'll be at 5:33 today. And then more of your responses to our question of the day. That'll be coming up a little bit later on in this hour. One thing I do need to address right now, though, is the news about the Pirates and the Guardians game. Now, this is a little bit tricky. You might be thinking you could just go up to Cleveland and see the Bucks play the Guardians tomorrow. So you're going to need this information. Cleveland's really easily accessible by car, obviously, from anywhere in West Virginia. So the game tonight between the Pirates and the Guardians has been postponed until tomorrow because of air quality. All right? So here's what's going on tomorrow. The Guardians and the Pirates already had a scheduled game with a 4:10 start. Now tomorrow they will be playing a day-night doubleheader. Game 1 is at 1:10. The evening game is going to be at 7:10. If you've got tickets for tomorrow's game, which was originally scheduled for 4:10, you can use those tickets to get in for the 1:10 game in the afternoon, but you cannot use those tickets for the game tomorrow night at 7:10. So if you're a holder of a ticket to go see the Pirates play the Guardians in Cleveland tomorrow at 4:10, you're going to have to change your plans a little bit and get to Cleveland 3 hours earlier if you want to get into that game. Or you can always just go later, but you're going to have to eat that ticket, and you're going to have to buy another ticket if you want to go to the night game tomorrow. So repeating, the Pirates game with the Guardians tonight, postponed because of air quality. They'll play a day-night doubleheader tomorrow. Game 1 at 1:10, 7:10 for the second game tomorrow between the Pirates and the Guardians. Shoo! All right, here's our question of the day. Question of the day has to do a little bit with baseball. It was on this date in 1941 that Joe DiMaggio's legendary 56-game hitting streak finally came to an end. So here's the question of the day, and it is sponsored by Salango Law. What are some single-season or consecutive game records you think will likely never be broken? What are some single-season or consecutive game records you think will likely never be broken? The text line here, 304-TALK 304, 304-8255-304. I'm on Exit Weekly, WEEKLEY, one word, 3 E's, WEEKLEY. And we've been going, to localize this, we have been going through some West Virginia high school football and basketball records that fit this criteria, single season or consecutive game records, and we'll get into more of that as we move along this afternoon. All right, let me bring Jed Drenning up, and let's talk a little bit about Mountaineer football. Jed, how you doing this afternoon?
I got to hear that question again, Dave. What's the question again?
The question is, what are some single season or consecutive game records you think will likely never be broken?
Oh, so not career, because you start with Cy Young's 5'11", but it's going to be tough to break Ripken's streak because I don't think anybody wants to.
Yeah, well, I can run a couple of these college football.
Sure.
I don't think Klingler's record is ever going to be broken.
That's going to be tough.
He was averaging almost 60 passing attempts a game in 1990. So 58 and a half. You'd literally, to break that record, you'd have to have 60 attempts a game.
Well, Dave, the reason it makes it difficult is the clock rules have changed the game. So it's difficult to run up the snap counts that Klingler was getting.
Penn State in 1947, their defense only allowed 15 rushing yards per game. So that's another record that is probably never going to be broken.
Yeah, I'd like to see the sack total on that defense because that's the misleading thing about college football. They count your sack yardage against your rush total, whereas in the NFL they count your sack yardage against your pass total, as they should, but interesting.
All right, let's talk a little bit about wide receivers for WVU because this is kind of a big question mark, right? Outside of Bray, nobody in this core has ever caught a pass wearing a WVU uniform. Is the wide receiver core the biggest question mark about West Virginia going into the season?
That's tough to answer these days. Ordinarily, it obviously would be, but in the age of the revolving door, Dave, that's tough to say. But you start with Jaden Bray, as you were talking about, the only guy to catch a pass. And what's it say about the modern era of college football when you have one guy on your team that has caught a pass for you, and the only touchdown that he has caught at Mountaineer Field was against you for another team?
That's a great trivia question.
That was with Oklahoma State. So, but yeah, it's going to all start with Jaden Bray. When Jaden Bray is physically at the top of his game, he is absolutely as advertised. The issue is he just hasn't been there much. You're talking about a guy who has only played 7 games over the span of 2 years in Morgantown. He's eager. He's looking forward to things. He's physically ready. He understands the system, and he understands his role in it because when you work your way from the perimeter in, which is what you got to do with this offense, you need those big-bodied guys that are going to have single coverage opportunities on the perimeter because Rich is going to be hell-bent on running the football, as he always is. And what that's going to do is force the defense, once that gets clicking, to commit resources toward the box. So one way or the other, on one side or the other, sometimes both sides, they're going to have to offer up some single coverage opportunities, which sets the table for whichever wideout proves capable. And you would start with Jaden Bray as a candidate to do that very thing. Now, also at that same spot, don't sleep on John Niter. John Niter's a guy who comes in, he's probably more dynamic than people might think. They look at him as a dependable asset, but he's a pretty dynamic player. What happened, he came from UConn, and he was playing opposite a really talented player in Skylar Bell, who's now in the NFL with the Bills. He was taken in the 4th round in the draft this year. So John Niter had an opportunity to showcase what he could do playing opposite a guy like that, and as a result, he makes the most of his opportunities. In the portal, he lands in West Virginia, and I think that he's a well-rounded player who's going to be somebody that we can really capitalize on. Keon Hutchins brings speed and another dimension that maybe we didn't have last year. Cyrus Traw has kind of worked his way into the rotation. He's a locker room guy. Everybody loves him. He's a grinder. Continuing on the outside, Prince Strong. We've talked so much about his frame, his size, and the opportunities that presents for him. Showed up at USC last year, wasn't healthy very long, did some productive things at Boise, but that body type on the perimeter is going to present him with some opportunities to win some 50-50 balls. And that's really what this comes down to in this offense. Those single coverage opportunities to snatch it away from defender, even if you're covered. A guy with a different type of body type and different skill set on the perimeter is Teron Francis from LSU. You talk about lightning in a bottle. You've seen flashes over the course of spring ball and summer, what he can do. And once things start slowing down for him and the offense comes to him, he's still a young college football player. He can be absolutely dynamic. You got a group of freshmen who can, beyond the other JC kid who's bringing some speed at triplet and Amani Weaver at the slot position, you got some freshmen who are going to be some candidates to work their way into the rotation, anywhere from 4 to 6 of them. But I think the guy we haven't talked enough about, move into the slot now, Dave, and that's DJ Epps. The kind of versatility in this offense that you absolutely want to see. He's a different style player than Darius Raynaud, but this might be the most potential production Rich has had at that spot in this system since Darius.
You know, if you take a look at the depth chart and you put Epps in the slot and then you have Bray and Strawn as your wideouts in a 3-wide receiver set, are those the guys that basically have the jobs to lose going to fall camp with so many questions? I mean, they're penciled in as starters right now. I got about a minute here.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if that's a question worth pursuing when you're going to be running so much 11 personnel with 3 receiver sets and so many snaps that you're going to rotate in 6, 7, 8 or more, and you're going to even have times, Dave, where you're playing 4. So I don't know if it matters as much now as who's starting as just who's in the rotation getting meaningful snaps.
All right. Hey, got to leave it there, but I got to ask you, man, it is super hot in Charleston today. It's 91 degrees here. Well, are you in Thomas this afternoon? What's the weather like?
I'm in Davis.
Well, what's the temperature in Davis?
It's not 90 because the world's not ending. I would say somewhere in the 80s. I haven't looked. I just know it's. I was down off the mountain today, and it was far hotter off the mountain as it always is. But this smoke stuff, there's some of it here, but not quite as much as there is down your guys' way, or even especially if you head north. It's crazy, isn't it?
All right, Jock, got to leave it there. Jed, thanks for your breakdown of the wide receivers. You got me ready for football, man. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Dave.
All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll play in or out in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Hotline with Dave Weekly will return on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer golf coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
Of course, the LVA was brought into my life because I had a severe heart attack in November of 2024. And then I entered into congestive heart failure.
Where he was in the course, we really had to go towards an LVAD.
At that point, I was committed. At that point, I wanted to get better, and I wanted to see what this machine was going to do for me.
With this therapy, he's thriving, doing well. And not only is he living, he's thriving.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
At Daniel's Men's Store, exceptional style begins with a curated selection and finishes with a flawless fit. When it's time to buy a suit, Daniel's is here to make sure yours is one of a kind. Discover tailored suits you'll only find in-store at Daniel's.
Need a truck that's ready for work, weekends, and everything in between? Right now at Dan Cava GMC, get up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierra 1500, or save up to $4,000 off all new GMC Canyon Elevations, offering bold styles, advanced technology, and everyday practicality. Come explore our all-new GMC Yukons, built for busy families and big adventures. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Good morning, sir. It's yet another beautiful day to be in pursuit of happiness, is it not?
I like the optimism. Let's see if we can take care of that by the end of the show today, shall we?
Talk Line on Metro News Television.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
All right, welcome back. 23 past the hour. Oh, Aristotle Jones returns to the show in about 10 minutes. for Sounds Good West Virginia, so stay tuned for that. Now it is time to play In or Out. Every day at this time, we focus on the stuff you talk about at the office. We call it In or Out. The setup is simple. We got 3 categories: food or beverage, gut reaction. Finally, this one's about a celebrity, the topics of which change daily. Let's get started with food or beverage. Coop, are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, Carl's Jr. is the West Coast partner of Hardee's. And Carl's Jr. has just introduced the Spicy Chicken Max, a new limited-time sandwich priced at $5.99. 2 crispy fried chicken patties layered with a slice of pepper jack and a slice of American cheese. It's also got lettuce, tomato pickles, and mayo, all on a toasted seed bun, available while supplies last. If it starts on Carl Jr., it'll eventually make it to Hardee's. So let me ask you about the Spicy Chicken Max. In or out?
It's Friday. I should be in a better mood, but I'm honestly not. So I need to take a look at this thing. So it's basically just a chicken sandwich with 2 patties.
Pretty much.
Like the max thing
spicy.
is spicy. So the max is that you're getting 2 patties out of it.
Yes, for $6.
So it's not for me because I'm constantly looking for things that don't have like way too much stuff on it, more than what you need out of a meal. And I feel like that there's something very like 2021 about a chicken sandwich being announced right now. I'm just in a bad mood, but I'm out. I don't have much interest in this. Like, okay, you added a patty to the chicken sandwich. Congratulations. Like, I couldn't have added that in the menu to begin with.
Ryan, are you in a bad mood about spicy chicken sandwiches as well? Or do you have a more positive outlook about the Carl's Jr. Spicy Chicken Max with 2 X's, by the way?
I think it would be really funny if it didn't go to Hardee's and stayed a West Coast staple. And then Hardee's customers would be like, what makes the West Coast so good? But yeah, I'm never going to eat this because I'm never going to eat there. I'll be out.
Never's a long time.
I mean,
you'll never eat at Carl's Jr. or you'll never go to Hardee's?
Neither.
Because
they're the same restaurant, Dave.
Just with different names. Spicy Chicken Max. I live about 1 minute from Hardee's. It's been a while. It's been a minute.
They know you by name.
I think I'm going to have to slightly be out on this. Although I am kind of a mark for spicy chicken.
And most of these places that have their spicy chicken sandwiches, they're kind of thick patties. So we're stacking up 2 of those patties. I mean, now we're starting to get into can you fit it in your mouth and all kinds of stuff.
Coop, if you're grumpy, this gut reaction is going to be right in your
lane. Hit me
lane.
the Guinness.
Okay.
I know it's some kind of world record thing. No, all right.
A new survey reveals that 14% of Americans quietly judge others based on their phone wallpaper. Okay. 14% of us judge others on their phone wallpaper. 33% of Gen Z, 17% of millennials admit to it. The most popular phone wallpaper is family, all right? Judging a person for their phone wallpaper, in or out?
I'm just going to say out because I don't think that I have ever noticed anyone's phone wallpaper in my life. I don't care and not something I look for or look at or anything. Like, seriously, I can't think of one time I was like, oh, maybe somebody showed me their family picture themselves or whatever, but I'm not looking at people's phone being like, what's your wallpaper?
What? Oh, okay. For example, you're at Hardee's buying a spicy chicken sandwich, and somebody drops their phone, and you look down, and they've got like St. Louis Cardinals wallpaper. Would you judge them on that?
I don't know about judge. I mean, frankly, I don't love the Cardinals, but I'm a baseball fan. I would just be kind of glad that somebody was a baseball fan. So I guess maybe there's some judging going on there. But
okay. Well,
I don't know. But I don't know that I would even notice or make a note of it.
See, that's a positive answer. That's not a. That's a very good answer. Ryan, judging people on their phone wallpaper, in or out?
Well, I mean, I think the way the question is phrased, like people judge people on everything. Like, you can judge person by the length of their nose hairs, by the color of their hair, by how long their sleeves are, It's just one of those things. It happens naturally. There's no shame in it. So, like, of course you judge someone by their wallpaper. It doesn't mean you judge them, like, to a degree that, like, makes you incompatible with them, you know? So I think I'm going to sell. I think this is a very flimsy survey.
I'm going to agree with that. I'm going to be out on this as well. All right, finally, this one's about a celebrity. A Hollywood Reporter reported this today. We knew that Ben Affleck sold his AI company, Interpositive, to Netflix earlier this year, but we didn't know until today he sold it to them for $587 million. Ben Affleck, Interal.
He's a pretty good entrepreneur. He has all kinds of things that are going on. When's the last time he made a movie? Does he still make movies?
I think he still makes movies. He just made one for Netflix with a buddy film with Matt Damon, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's got a runtime that's kind of ridiculous. Man, I don't know. He's okay, I guess.
Wait.
Honestly,
you said he was okay, but
I
then
didn't mean. Yeah, that was a mistake.
Buzzer.
I told you I was in a bad mood. Look, I can't remember the last new film that I've seen him in. Like, I can't remember the last thing I've seen him in that wasn't something from like years ago. But whatever, he's fine.
Ryan, Ben Affleck, Interal.
Yeah, he's just okay. He's a pretty mediocre Batman, but like he's had a few good movies. I guess I'll be in.
Yeah, I'm gonna slightly be in on Batman and Ben Affleck. Let's take a break. Aristotle Jones, Sounds Good West Virginia, is next. This is Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
This is Hotline, presented by Salango Law on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
Wildfire smoke continues to bring very unhealthy air quality in the purples, but the good news is improvement comes our way this weekend. Eastern Panhandle, you'll still feel it in the morning, but we will all see some nice clearing through Saturday with the system moving in from the west, but it also triggers some thunderstorms. Friday evening, west of Charleston for a marginal risk for some severe conditions, damaging winds. Damaging winds is why we have this widespread slight to marginal risk on Saturday. Also some heavy rain that could bring some localized flooding concerns. So Elkins toward Beckley, Charlestown, Morgantown, this is the path of 1 up to 2 inches of rain expected. Then as you go east, not seeing as much benefit from the moisture on the horizon, unfortunately. So Friday evening, we'll have some storms approaching from the west and then falling apart a bit in the overnight hours, but redevelopment of scattered showers and storms Saturday afternoon and evening with some damaging winds and some very heavy rain that will continue into the overnight hours. 5-star W forecast, it starts at home. A nice weekend taking shape if you're traveling toward D.C., toward Chicago, New York, other areas you could travel to, still hot, humid, and stormy. Panhandle forecast. A warm overnight period staying with 70 for a low in Morgantown, 73 Moundsville, then 83 to 86 for highs on Saturday. Also close to 70 degrees for the overnight low, looking toward Martinsburg, then 91 on Saturday. We'll see Petersburg with 91 as well. Elkins maintaining low 70s overnight, but then pushing in toward 83 on Saturday. As you go west, we'll see Ripley with 87. Marlinton, 68 for a low, and then 83 for a high. Meanwhile, mid-70s tonight for Charleston and 88 on Saturday. Stormy through Saturday, some lingering showers and storms Sunday. Nice Monday, then Tuesday brings widespread thunderstorms that also could be severe.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
I love the state of West Virginia. I've met some of my best friends. I'm excited to be back. I still have my pickup truck. I still have four-wheel drive. One of the ladies asked me in the forum if I know how to drive in the snow. I told her, oh yeah, I spent 5 years in Elkins.
See, that's one of those things. Now that you're coming to Fairmont, you've handled the Elkins winter.
Yeah,
this
if you can handle Randolph County.
I mean, you're moving. This is basically coming back to Florida here when you get to Fairmont. I mean, this is easy.
It's going to be a breeze.
Sportsline on Metro News Television. If it matters in West Virginia, it's being talked about here.
Gentlemen, I could not care less if you read this message. All right, moving on to the next one. 304 Talk 304. Well, they said it, not me.
Oh, that's terrible. Read the guy's phone.
Maybe I will, maybe I won't.
Join Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows Monday through Friday for Talk Line. Available on mobile, Roku, Fire TV, smart TVs, and online at WVMetroNewsTV.com.
All right, welcome back. 26 minutes till the hour. Aristotle Jones coming up in just a sec. You know, we just had Jed Drenning on earlier in the hour talking about WVU's wide receivers, and the ACC media days wrapped up today in Charlotte. Of course, Charlotte's going to be the site of where West Virginia and UVA are going to play in mid-September. And we in the Sound of Sports at 3 o'clock, we played a clip from Pat Narduzzi. He was making some headlines today, boy. He went on 680 The Fan and made some comments about the fact that he thinks the ACC is a better league top to bottom than the Big Ten. He's getting a little blowback from that. But he also made some really interesting remarks today talking about Miami. Of course, Miami played for the national championship last year. And Narduzzi contends that Miami tried to get Mason Henschel, the quarterback of the Panthers, literally right before the portal window closed in January. Now, WVU didn't really have to face Henschel last year when they played early in the season, but he took over four games into the season and ended up having a great year. Threw for over 2,300 yards, 16 touchdowns, 8 picks. He went 6-2 as a starter. But Narduzzi contends that he was talking to Manny Diaz, the coach at Duke, and Diaz said, look out. This is a quote, shoot, I talked to Manny, as in Manny Diaz, that Thursday afternoon, and he said, hey, watch out. I hear your guy is next. And sure enough, they tried to steal him, Narduzzi said. So literally the day before the portal window closed, Miami made a run at Pitt's quarterback. Now, they ended up getting Mensa from Duke. Coop, there's no honor among thieves. Amongst these coaches.
Well, I mean
so
all of this stuff is just now being talked about openly, and we're allowed to talk about it.
I guess so.
I don't know that there's anything new under the sun.
Yeah, but that's a pretty interesting headline. It's in the Athletic. Narduzzi says Miami tried to lure quarterback Mason Henschel into the transfer portal.
I'm sure they did.
I'm sure they did. Yeah, I'm sure they did. All right, let me get the question of the day, because we've had some pretty good responses to this one. Question of the day. On this date in 1941, Joe DiMaggio's legendary 56-game hitting streak finally came to an end. So the question of the day, and it is sponsored by Salango Law, what are some single-season or consecutive game records you think will likely never be broken? The text line here, 304-TALK, 304-304-8255, 304. I'm on Exit Weekly, WEEKLEY. Just a couple of text messages on this. John in Martinsburg says, hey, Dave, I'm a baseball guy. Cal Ripken's streak, I agree. Nolan Ryan's strikeout season of 383 Ks. Hershiser's 59 scoreless consecutive innings. Those are all great examples, John. Well done over there in the Eastern Panhandle. 304-538, Cal Ripken's consecutive games. 304-312, Dave, Cal Ripken's consecutive game record. Coop, how many of these text messages do you think are coming from the EP?
Oh, yeah, right.
We're getting a lot. We're getting a lot of run in the old Eastern Panhandle today. All right. I missed him last week, but I'm not going to miss him today. Let's bring Aristotle Jones up to the stage.
Oh, those West Virginia.
Now, see, Coop, now you're not in a bad mood after that, right?
It's 24 minutes until we get out of here. I'm doing better.
Okay. Aristotle Jones, sounds good, West Virginia. How the heck are you, man? Thanks for coming back to the show. I missed you last week.
Last week, I was trying to fit you in, Dave, but there was just too much going on. You know how, you see those guys spinning the plates?
Yeah.
So, man, my hotline plate kind of had to get gently set and move to the next week. So I'm happy to be back.
Hey, man, that's hey, at least we were in the conversation. That's all I'm asking.
That's right. That's right.
Well, I kind of figured this with Aristotle. Once you make the cover of Morgantown magazine, you gotta have your priorities, and your big clients have got to go first. Hey, let's talk a little bit about venues in West Virginia where we can hear live music. Oh, and we're just a couple blocks away from the location you're going to be talking about. Let's have it.
That's right, Fife Street Brewery. I know this. See, if I were really to describe what Fife Street Brewery is, it's on Summer Street in Charleston. But to me, it's like a place that if Dave Weekley and Aristotle Jones were hanging out, like after Hotline and just kind of catching the vibe of downtown Charleston, doing some people watching, just enjoying, what it's like to be a West Virginian. That's what I would say Fife Street Brewery is. But it's also a place you can get a great grilled cheese sandwich, and they're super inclusive, and they have a focus on charity, and they donate 10% of their profits to local charities. So Fife Street Brewery is a great place to hang out. And next Thursday on July 23rd, you can catch the Holler Generals on stage. So they do music there, too. So catch some music, grab a local brew, and, give back to charity and be part of your community at Fife Street Brewery.
I tell you what, Fife Street's getting a lot of run today. You mentioned them. They came up in the Beer Friday segment with Pat Strader in the last hour. What's your good sound of the week?
Do you know that Pat and I, we actually don't coordinate. We just have synchronicity.
There you go.
With Beer Thursday. Well, man, the good time of the week is coming out of kind of more, I got Fairmont here, but it's more like Harrison County, that part that blends into Marion County, right on the line, because it's Nick Davison. And Nick Davison, of course, is the son of Donnie Davison, the nephew of Chris Davison, the Davison brothers. But he is blazing his own trail, becoming a rising singer-songwriter. And, he has versatile style, blends pop, blues, country, rock, kind of has like a John Mayer sound with a little bit more of an Appalachian country vibe. But he's worked with artists like Kobe Calais and Oliver Anthony to jumpstart his own path in the music industry. And you can catch him coming up in Mannington at the Mannington District Fair in August. So you can see him on stage. But I thought we'd take a listen to one of Nick Davison's songs. Here's Wild West.
Loving you is like the Wild West, anything goes. Like trying to hook a cinch on a saddle and ride a midnight tornado. I know you're gonna aim and fire, start a fire, leave it burning in my chest. Loving you is like the Wild, Wild West. Mustang, black mark, sundown, billboard, North Star to my right. Your red bandana in my shotgun, oh, I wish this horse could fly. I'd be open arms waiting on the far side of Cherokee Pass. And maybe, just maybe, I could get you back. Loving you is like the Wild West, anything goes. Trying to hook a cinch on a saddle and ride a midnight.
Hey, that's a very, very well recorded track. That was a really good vocal.
Oh yeah, Nick sounds great. He has his own unique style, but of course he also has a couple good relatives that can get him down to those studios in Nashville. But I tell you what, he sounds just as good live.
Hey man,
you have to check out Nick Davis.
Let me ask you, where are you today? Are you in Morgantown right now?
I am in Morgantown, and I just have a live music report to add. The Ruby Summer Concert Series down at the Ruby Amphitheater tonight was unable to go because of the air quality.
I was going to ask you about that.
Unfortunately, there wasn't an alternate venue, or the production wasn't able to pivot so quickly. But we just want to say, everybody, get yourself some fresh air, and you can probably hear a little bit of rasp in my voice today too. So for the outdoor concerts that'll be going on this weekend, it'll be a little bit tough, but try to make your best. Maybe wear a mask and go out and enjoy some live music.
There you go, safety first. Hey, Coop, the Live on the Levee tonight with John Ingram, they're doing like a tribute to Led Zeppelin. That's still on, right?
Yeah. They're
still
going to
on?
be over there, and that's also our sister station's The Mountain's birthday, so there'll be cupcakes.
Oh, nice.
And Steve Animal will be over there giving them away.
Down there, man? That's something I'm curious about. Maybe jealous of your fresh hair.
Hey, what's a cool concert coming up?
Well, a cool concert coming up is going to be down in Beckley, of course, at the Tamarack. You know, it's a unique place to catch. They just did their Summerfest, big day-long festival down there. But throughout the summer, all the way through September, they do the Tamarack Courtyard Concert Series. And tomorrow, if you're heading in Beckley or just traveling through on I-77, it's totally worth the tolls on the Turnpike to catch a free show at the Tamarack. They're hosting Matt Mullins of Matt Mullins and the Bring Downs tomorrow. He is a Appalachian blues rock artist, and you're just going to enjoy some great music and lots of arts and crafts. You can do some shopping and just do like one of those West Virginia things you don't normally do. So if you want to kind of catch some live music, Tamarack's a good place to do it tomorrow. Music starts at 3 p.m., and if it rains, they move the concert indoors. So that's just a heads up, or perhaps if the air quality is not so good, they'll just move the concert indoors. But as always, you should take a listen to Matt Mullins and the Bring Downs, because he does this wonderful cover of a Bill Withers song that just speaks to Appalachia, to my heart. So here's Matt Mullins and the Bring Downs with Grandma's Hands by Bill Withers.
Grandma's hands clapped in church on Sunday morning. Grandma's hands played a tambourine so well. Grandma's hands used to issue out a warning. She'd say, Billy, why you run so fast? You might fall on a piece of glass. Might be snakes there in that grass. Grandma's hands. Grandma's hands soothe the local unwed mother. Grandma's hands used to ache sometimes and swell. Grandma's hands used to lift her face and tell her, she'd say, baby, grandma.
There you go. Oh, Aristotle, you brought in a pair of bangers in with your segment this week. Well done, sir.
Well, man, I have been in the zone. Dave, last Saturday, like from Friday to Saturday, I had 4 shows in 24 hours.
Wow.
This week, I'm driving down to Huntington for the Appalachian Blues Festival. Then we'll be shooting back up to Pittsburgh for the Picklesburg, the Outdoor Pickle Festival. You got to love that. So I'm crisscrossing the state, just riding the vibe, man, listening to good music.
There you go. You've been a busy guy, too. Let's not forget your show on many of these same stations that carry Hotline tomorrow morning.
Absolutely. This is going to be a doozy. I get to interview Grammy-nominated and CMA award-winning band The War and Treaty. They're coming to Morgantown next Friday on the 24th, and we talk about all the country soul and blues roots. It's one of those amazing interviews that you're totally going to want to check out. You can check it out in Charleston right here on WCHS at 8 a.m., in Morgantown at 9 a.m. on WAJR, and then in Elkins and Clarksburg on Sunday. It's a great interview. They're super down-to-earth people, and you'll just think they're West Virginians when you hear the story.
There you go. And here in Charleston, your show airs right after a West Virginia Outdoors with Chris Lawrence. All right, man. Hands attended to. Have a great, safe weekend behind the wheel, and I'll talk to you next week.
See you next week, Dave.
All right, Aristotle Jones. Sounds good, West Virginia. Talking about the air quality situation. Our boy Anthony from Clarksburg just sent me a picture of the smoke of the wildfires and how it's affecting Clarksburg. He says, rough out here, buddy. Be grateful you don't have to deal with the smoke issues. I'll tell you what, Anthony, this picture that you sent me is making me a little homesick.
Oh.
I gotta get back and see some of my Harrison County peeps real soon. Hang in there. All right, let's take a break, and we'll come back with more in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Julie Wilkins, a designer at Civil and Environmental Consultants. CEC was my first choice when I wanted to return to West Virginia to work and be closer to family. As a designer using AutoCAD and ArcGIS, I collaborate across all departments on diverse projects. CEC is employee-owned with over 30 offices nationwide and 3 right here in West Virginia. We provide top-notch engineering solutions. At CEC, we engineer progress in the great state of West Virginia.
Find out what CEC can do for you. Visit cecinc.com.
Ready to make this boating season unforgettable? Head to Lou Wendell Marine Sales, family owned and operated for over 40 years and West Virginia's largest Avalon pontoon dealer. Lou and his sons are boating experts from sales to service to repairs. And right now, their lot is packed with incredible inventory and some of the best deals of the season. Whether it's weekends on the lake or sunset cruises with the family, Lou Wendell Marine Sales has your perfect boat waiting. Because they don't just sell boats, they sell family fun. Visit LouWendellMarineSales.com today.
Hotline with Dave Weekly will return on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Okay, so we're going to do public math. So he won 9 his second year at West Virginia, 5 his second year at Michigan, 8 his second year at Arizona, second year at Jack State, he won 9, so it's 31 divided by 4.
Yeah, just under 8 per win or per season.
So there you go, Hunter. You can just forget about everything else. Just mark it down.
Put Tony and I down for 8, Coach Hunter. Put us on the prediction show for 8. We already got it.
Sportsline on Metro News Television.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
For over 20 years, Dan Cava Toyota World has been more than a dealership. We're family-owned, community-focused, and committed to taking care of our customers long after the sale. Our commitment doesn't stop when you drive off the lot. With factory-trained technicians and a service team you can trust, we're here to keep your vehicle running at its best for years to come. So when it's time to get your next vehicle, choose the dealership that's been serving the community for generations. Visit Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong.
The best selection of WVU apparel is at Daniel's Men's Store. Exclusive designs you won't find anywhere else. Stylish, sophisticated, and unmistakably Mountaineer. Shop in store or online at danielsofmorgantown.com.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
I had a severe heart attack in November of 2024. And then I entered into congestive heart failure.
We really had to go towards an LVAD. And not only is he living, he's thriving.
3 guys before the game.
I love gear from events. Okay. When my daughter was little and participating in karate, I mean, we'd go up to Weir and be at an event. I'm like, right, I have a t-shirt we got.
Available on Metro News Television.
PeaceCorps.gov.
All right, welcome back. Get you caught up on a couple of things baseball-wise before we get out of here. Maybe get a couple of responses to our question of the day as well. So, baseball today, the Rays and the Red Sox playing a day-night doubleheader. Game 1 was a makeup date from a game postponed on May the 9th. Red Sox beat the Rays, beat them down, banged out. The Bo Sox beat the Tampa Bay Rays today, 10-0. The Old Town team with 15 hits. Red Sox, Coop, don't look now. They've won 10 in a row. 10 in a row.
Yeah, they looked pretty out of it, and now suddenly they're in the thick of it.
So they're back in it. Also, tonight in the Bronx, it is a rematch of the 2024 World Series as the Yankees host the Dodgers tonight. Garrett Cole, who's going to pitch for the Yankees tonight. I told you about the Pirates situation. Pirates and the Guardians tonight in Cleveland. The game is postponed until tomorrow because of the air quality there. If you had a ticket for tomorrow's game at 4:10, you can use that ticket for the early game at 1:10, but not for the late game at 7:10. Big weekend for the Reds. Big weekend for the Reds. They begin a West Coast trip with the first of 3 against the Rockies in Denver. I don't want to call it do or die, but the Reds need to sweep this series. If there's any way you want to put the brakes on being a seller at the trading deadline, which is now just a few days away, I think you don't need to win this series. You need to sweep it. So we'll see what happens. Singer goes to the mound tonight for the Reds. And
Dinger Singer. I had to get it in there.
Yeah, there you go.
Ever since I started calling him that, he's been a little better. So
a little better.
Dinger Singer.
There you go. Also, the Dirty Birds have been winning some games. Now, the first half of the Atlantic League season, we don't need to talk about that anymore. All right, let's focus on the second half, where the Dirty Birds have been playing a little better. They've won 3 in a row on the road against Southern Maryland. They're going to play another game in that series tonight, which I guess is also impacted potentially by the air quality. And at the British Open, a little controversy today. Bryson DeChambeau left the course thinking he was only 1 shot behind the leaders, but now he got a 2-stroke penalty for creating a little space when he was trying to hit his approach shot at number 5. So that turned out to be a triple bogey 7, and 66 now turns into a 68. The story at the British Open today, Lucas Herbert and Sam Burns both shot 8 under par 62s today. That is the record for the lowest round ever at a major championship. In fact, Herbert had a shot. He had like a 5-foot par putt that he missed at the 18th, and that cost him a stroke. Imagine that. He could have nearly shot a 61 in a round at a major, but for the moment, Herbert and Burns are going to have to hold the record. They're going to share it now after 62s for the second round. And Herbert, at the moment, has a 2-shot lead over Jackson Suber, who was the leader at this tournament after the first round. Suber is 2 shots back after a 69 today. All right, let's go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll come back and wrap it up, not for just the day, but for the week as well, in just a moment.
I'm Scarlett Johansson. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. You can join the movement to end hunger by donating, volunteering, and advocating. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/act now.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Being blind doesn't always look how others may think.
Retinitis pigmentosa aimed to overwhelm my family.
It tried to cut me down.
I know where to find support and where I can be seen.
Innovative research, educational resources, supportive community. The Foundation Fighting Blindness is leading the charge in finding treatments and cures for blinding diseases. Learn more at fightingblindness.org. A public service message from the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
Every day, we fight to preserve magnificent places and wildlife, to keep our water and air safe, and to advance clean energy and combat climate change. We are Earth Justice, a national legal nonprofit fighting for your right to a healthy environment. We're Earth Justice, and we're here because the Earth needs a good lawyer. No one fights and wins more cases on the environment than we do. Want to join us in this fight? The time is now. Go to earthjustice.org today. That's earthjustice.org.
I was proud to be a soldier.
I told the truth and got kicked out.
And so I thought to myself, I'm taking this rule down.
If you're an LGBTQ+ veteran, your memories are important too. Share your story with the Library of Congress Veterans History Project, where firsthand accounts from U.S. military veterans are preserved and made accessible for researchers and future generations. Visit loc.gov/vets to submit your stories, photographs, and documents today.
Veterans, plan ahead to ensure your loved ones are protected at the end of your life. Include a copy of your discharge papers with your will. Apply for VA life insurance. Write your healthcare decisions in a living will. Review survivor's benefits. Explore VA burial options with a pre-need application. Don't wait. Visit va.gov/plan-ahead to learn more.
What's on your to-do list? Check your mail? Get groceries? How about getting your annual vaccines? We can help you check that off.
You've got this.
Yes, you do. Because we've got you. With local vaccine events and access to transportation, protecting yourself and your loved ones is not a chore anymore.
You've got this.
A message from the Aging and Disability Vaccination Collaborative, powered by U.S. Aging. Funded by the U.S. Administration for Community Living through a grant to U.S. Aging. Learn more at yougotthis.usaging.org.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids are facing hunger every day? Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Thank you!
Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
Yep, that was the week that was, folks. And that is going to do it for today's show. We thank you so much for listening. Sending your answers to our question of the day and more. Stay tuned for the news at the top of the hour. Sportsline is on the other side. My name's Dave Weekley. I will talk to you on Monday, beginning at 3:06, right here on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.